Ha! Now there's sound. If you ask Satan, this stream is successful. Alright. Let's get a little background music so we don't have to listen to me all the time. So the questions start coming in. Nim, was that the first question for Ask a Satanist? Good job. You did it. No. Put that down there. What you should really do is get the Satanic Bible going, but I'll have a PDF of it. I would just be thrilled with my laptop turning the fuck on. Okay. Apparently it was very dead. And I just want our top chat. Pop it out. Boom. I don't know who the fuck Rob Rack is. Sorry, guys. I would have been here sooner, but there was some crazy naked bitch and her boyfriend that kept blaming me for their, like, eating apples or some shit. I don't know. And then my boss showed up with a sword that was on fire and just started swinging it at me, told me to get the fuck out of his garden. Oh, it's the weirdest day. This is like the third time I've signed into this laptop so I could try and monitor shit. Okay, there we go. So if you have questions for me, do them. If not, I'm going to play some video games. So it's up to you guys. Doesn't matter. Why we're really here is to support Christina's GoFundMe. And we did a great job yesterday, so let's keep it up. If you have fundy friends, go get them. Invite them in. Till then, we can check out. Let's go to churchofsatan.com. And how are the audio levels, folks? Are they all crazy? Is the music killing my voice? Or are we good? I am... What kind of Satanist am I? I guess you could say a combination of Satanists from the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple. I'm also a very poor Satanist, so I don't pay like dues or attend anything. Jesus, be more generic with your question, Shar. So, I do want to say before we get started that I am not an official representative of the Church of Satan or the Satanic Temple, and I in no way, shape, or form can reveal or confirm who is or is not an actual Satanist. Satan and Satan are not the same person. Satan would never give people presents for free. You just have to convince your parents that you deserve them. I don't know what the fuck the Order of the Nine Angels is. So, back to my disclaimer. All the fucking questions exploding in my face. The only people who are able to confirm or deny whether or not someone is an official member of a specific Satanic Temple or the Church of Satan are the upper echelons of those organizations, and they are forbidden from revealing such in any sort of media or public speaking, mostly because of all the threats that we would get. Like, we have people that threaten to shoot us. Not cool. So we take our privacy very seriously. We can self-identify, but it's also a handy way around the no true Scotsman fallacy. Why is the only thing in my Discord Tyler is cancer? We're gonna make a new fucking text channel for that real quick. There we go. If you want to ask questions in the Discord, you can do that as well. Yeah, except Scientology believes in magic and shit, and we think Scientology is just stupid. So, back to what I was saying. It is, and I'm not going to make any, like, you know, pretense about it. It is a very convenient way around the no true Scotsman fallacy. You can self-identify as a Satanist, but you can't out someone else as a Satanist. And my neighbors are freaking the fuck out about something. I don't know what's going on there. So, let's get that chat back up here. Yeah, Scientology actually has shit that you like have to do. Here's the gist of it, guys. People make shit up, and that's okay. People can make shit up sometimes. It doesn't really matter. And report. No, okay. So we recognize that people make stuff up, and that some of the shit people make up has ritualistic components that are beneficial in certain ways to your psyche or to motivation, and that's fine as long as you recognize it as psychodrama, which it is, regardless of whether you recognize it or not. Then we don't care. Just do it. Empower yourself with it. Just when you start trying to tell people that this shit is real is where we have a problem. And it's been years since I read through the Satanic Bible, and oh my god. The person just yanked their dog up those stairs. Poor thing. Apparently my neighbors are frustrated with their dog and whatever the hell it's been doing. So, is that all the questions? Do we not have any fundies that want to join us? I was hoping to do this as a hangout so they could jump in and like talk. Going to go into the stream team voice chat. If anybody does want to come in and shoot the shit, then join us there on the Discord. And we'll take the questions from the live chat. And I'm just going to flip through my little Satanic Bible here and read some interesting shit. I have a few tenets that are kind of important, like love people who deserve it, not people in general, and consent is more important than your personal feels and that kind of thing. The Christians could learn a thing or two from us. Try putting not raping in your Bible. We thought it was a good idea. Another great point that seems lost on some people. The whole idea behind Anton LaVey's brand of Satanism is being an iconoclast. It's an elitist mentality. And, oh, we have Mike Duffy in the chat. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, my alarm is telling me I was supposed to go to work. So, as I was explaining to the folks, LaVeyan Satanism is an elitist philosophy that focuses on being an iconoclast and tearing down expectations and basically forging your own path. So, sure, you can be a Satanist and follow the left-hand path to a T and do everything in the Satanic Bible to the letter and all that shit. But that misses the point. You're supposed to be choosing how to do the things that you need to do to live your life to the fullest. Best barbecue sauce for babies is Sweet Baby Ray's Original. Make sure to, you want to slow roast the babies, and then you want to give it a coat, and then you want to move it over to the hotter side of the coals and get that nice, crispy outer shell. Okay, where was I? So, people who are like, oh, you have to do this to adhere to the Satanic Bible, they're missing the point. The point was, here's a philosophy. You can follow it if you want. If you follow it, or if you think this way, you're a Satanist, regardless of if you take that label or not. Take the label if you want to. If you don't want to take the label, then chunk it out. But you don't have to take the label to follow the philosophy, and you can take the label and dispose of certain parts of the philosophy because you don't want to follow them. It's amazing. Oh, Satan is trying his best, but there are other ancient Babylonian deities that think they're God, and they're trying to no, never dry rub a baby. You always want to lubricated rub the baby.
By what you're saying, it's almost like you pick and choose what you want to do.
Exactly. It's like people do it anyways, but we recognized that shit and made something up to scare the Christians.
And nothing's set in stone, so to speak.
Yep. Now, the Church of Satan is, we're gonna get a link from Vince. Oh, shit. Vince, if you're listening and you want to send me that link, put it in the Ask a Satanist live chat so I don't have to show DMs to anybody. They don't need to hear secret things and read secret stuff. So, what the fuck was I saying? I'm getting exploding messages.
Eating babies, choosing philosophies, and...
yeah. The problem with eating babies is your investment of resources for a single meal is so high. And, yeah. The blood of the innocent it's not the best marinade. So...
Well, it depends on how far you want to take it. Usually the longer you wait, the gamier it gets. You know, the fresher, the better.
Yeah, but... Still, you have to wait 9 months for this thing to grow? Nah.
Nah, that's too long. You get them before that, you're better bet.
Yeah, but then they use vacuums and they suck them up and it's all deformed. And it's kind of like balut in a way, but, you know, at least balut doesn't take half a year to fucking mature. Massaging butter under the skin is a great idea. Now, what I like to do is sort of the same thing you would do with a salmon or... like a red snapper. Just take a really sharp paring knife and cut some slits in the skin and just put your little pats of butter in there. Make sure to use Kerrygold grass-fed butter from Ireland. It's fucking delicious. And sprinkle that liberally with some pink Himalayan salt. Oh, and crack a little bit of pepper over it. And I'm going to tell you the secret because... Oh, something that involves Satan that Vince wants us... You could have just put it in the... You were in Discord. You could have stuck it right in here so my Discord isn't big and ugly and empty. So,
like your heart.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow it 3 sizes too small, but I keep getting told that I don't have enough green fur. So, what were we saying? You have to deal with the whiny parents after 2. Not if they're also Satanists. Then you're just inviting them to dinner. Okay, so the secret seasoning. And I hate cilantro. I am one of those cursed people who, when they taste cilantro, taste the saponins, taste soap. I don't know if there's actually saponins in it, but we're going to look that up while we do other things. 2 Florida middle school girls waited in bathroom, planning to overpower at least 15 smaller students, kill them with knives, and drink their blood. Well, funny thing is, the... Church of Satan explicitly forbids blood rituals, so not Satanist.
You could say it's water ritual since water consists.
No rituals involving exsanguination. It's gross. Are there saponins in? I can't spell today. Cilantro. Phenylthiocarbamate. Gotcha. There we go. You learn something with Satan every day, folks. So cilantro is gross. Tastes like soap. Disgusting. Don't get it. But coriander, the seeds of the cilantro, just delicious. So just take some of those, just like pepper, crack them onto your tasty victuals, and it gives it's hard to describe. It just gives this delicious... It's almost nutty, almost citrusy, just a light, peppery combination. It's like a really good lemon pepper rub.
Well, you may want to send this recipe to Maudy so we can prepare it on air later on.
Oh, yeah. Can Maudy cook a baby on air? Does he have one? Like, I know he lives in Jersey, so he can go get one.
Yeah, it's like a 40-something-year-old baby not too far from him.
No. Put that one back in the blue barrel. It has to age. Okay, so, I was
it
talking
hasn't quite matured yet.
Yeah. I was talking about something important before we started talking about the best way to cook a baby. Back to the chat. Yeah, let's pull up this article and see what's going on. Put this over here. Also in the chat, since this Hangouts thing didn't work, let me know what you think of the layout, if it's usable for other things when Hangouts is not working. And, yeah, I can get you it on Streamlabs if you need. Oh, Maddie's not in Jersey anymore. Teenage Satanists are often regular than regular Satanists. There are no real such thing as teenage Satanists. This is the No True Scotsman fallacy all over, but you have to be 18, really. We appreciate consent laws, and you have to be able to make your own decisions. Let's see. Conspiracy to murder, possession of a weapon on school property, and carrying a concealed weapon, disruption of a school function. Said they were Satan worshippers and were going to drink the blood and eat the flesh of the students they killed. So they planned to kill themselves. Well, unlike crazy Christians, we think you need to be of the age of maturity to make decisions like which religion you're going to follow. Demons are not real. Demons are fictional. Yeah. I don't know if we made that clear. Church of Satan, Levian Satanist, mostly. Satanic Temple is cool because they do political outreach, but yeah. Demons, ghosts, ghouls, goblins. It's all fake, folks. People made that shit up. Not only that, I know how they simulate all that shit when they want to convince you that it's real. Mediums, those old fucking, I forget what they were called, the ones that would regurgitate ectoplasm. I don't know why mediums thought that was a thing that mediums did, and it went out of style. Yeah, but we're gonna recognize that people under 18 pretending to be Satanists are little kids who are fucking stupid. It's called Satanism because Anton LaVey wanted to piss off the Christians. So I've been.
Well, it doesn't take very much, especially nowadays.
Oh yeah. You could actually look at LaVey setting up the Church of Satan as the first modern trolling, the most successful modern trolling. If I have anything to say about it. But the Satanic Temple... Ooh, and you just turned into a Dalek.
I said legally recognized.
Yes,
trolling.
501c3 trolling.
Officially related.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, the Satanic Temple, they do a lot of political outreach. The Church of Satan is not a political organization. A religious organization with a hierarchical power structure. A Jack Nicholson impression. Let me see. You can't handle the truth. That's the best I got. Or wait till they get a load of me. But I always start to slip to the Heath Ledger Joker, so I can't really do Jack Nicholson Joker. But I try to throw Mark Hamill in there, and it's just a mess. Like, too many people in my head already. So yeah, Church of Satan focuses more on individual empowerment and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, certain things are expressly forbidden by the Church of Satan. I'm not up on Satanic Temple literature. I just like all the shit they do. Like, the after-school Satan program is cool, and their... do Daleks exist? I fucking hope not, because they're easy to defeat if you put stairs in your buildings. But, where were we at? Oh, yes. So... Satanic Temple's cool for the political stuff, but Church of Satan, yeah, expressly forbidden from performing blood magic rituals, mostly from the point of hygiene, but also from a consent standpoint. If you're talking about human blood rituals, why is my phone going off? I wish Facebook would stop suggesting me friends. I don't know any of these people. Expressly forbidden from bestiality, regardless of what the fundies would like to say, because animals can't consent, and our whole outlook on sex and sex ritual magic and all of that shit is based firmly upon the idea of consent.
I think I'm about to ruin this. You say no bestiality, but what about furries?
A person in a fursuit is not a beast. They're beastin', not a beast. Why can't... Oh, I'm not the owner of this channel. That's why I can't give Christina a wrench. Do that on the other screen here. Christina, I'm getting you a wrench in just a second. I didn't realize I was logged in on the wrong one. If my laptop will cooperate. Yeah, so just ignore that piece of shit hangout that I tried to do earlier. That was not gonna work. Add as a moderator. Christina now has a wrench. And what's our... 16 people watching. Alright, so if any of you 16 have donated to the GoFundMe, don't forget to send us a copy. Oh, not a copy, a screenshot showing the confirmation email. You could black out your personal info. We just need the date and timestamp and the confirmation email where it shows the amount. So we can put you in for the raffle. If you don't do that, you don't get into the raffle. Even if we know your name, even if Christina has your deets, you don't get in. There's extra step you have to do to earn. And if only one person puts the name in the raffle, they instantly win. And you guys just handed them free swag. And they get to pick what they want. If more than one person enters, then we'll do the tiered system. And if the first place winner doesn't want Overwatch or already has it, they can take Cuphead and they can swap with second place. We'll announce first place before we announce second. That way we don't hurt anybody's feelings. So, that announcement out of the way. Yeah, furries are not animals. They are human animals. They're animals plus. Don't forget that. Oh, let's click. Let's see. Let's do a live reaction. Oh, it just took over my chat. Okay, music pause.
Another Monday morning with me. Thanks for tuning in. Now this morning, I'm going to go ahead and go with a question by Anthony Jacob Woolston.
Uh-huh.
I got to tell you, Anthony's post didn't really get a lot of likes. In fact, most of the people that frequent my Facebook page were pretty much able to wipe away his argument pretty quickly.
Keep playing that fucking pronoun game, bro.
But the prevalence of baseless and ignorant arguments out there motivates me to want to dive into this a bit, to clear up this question for anybody who looks at my work or looks at any occult work and has such ignorant assumptions that they make. So I want to make sure I'm kind of clearing the record for now, as well as moving into the future. So that way, this question can be answered for others who might have it in the future. Anthony asks,
a minute and a half before he gets the fucking question.
Dark magic ritual and the summoning of demonic entities like Satan and Astaroth. You realize demons are evil entities that are causing havoc on the
Is
earth.
Astaroth a character from World of Warcraft?
You're probably a demon
Oh,
yourself.
Mike can't see what we're looking at here. Here, let me put the watch link in there for you. Unless you're watching the live stream.
In this entire question.
I can't do both at the same time on my phone.
Just ridiculous
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Now, before I
It would be
decided to
nice
answer this
if
question, I kinda wanted
smartphones
to
would
get
have
an
functionality
idea
like
of
that,
where
but,
Anthony is coming from. And interestingly, he's not coming from a.
They've
he's not
always
coming
been
from a
quite a
perspective
little bit
of
behind
a right-wing Christian.
on
just
technology-wise
a
compared to
right-wing
laptops
person.
and PCs.
He is
Yeah,
very,
the
very
split
hung
screen
up
video.
on,
Here's the thing. I used to.
theories on being a victim of some other.
Well, this guy get to the point. I used to work for a cellular company, and I used to use the Palm Pro Plus. It was a great phone. It was the first one that had a mobile hotspot, and it could tile video windows, and they could run in the background amazingly. Palm OS was awesome.
I do not like him. He is very, very dangerous, especially to those who listen to his presentations in ignorance. Here's one of his presentations, and then Link's presentation.
What is this guy babbling
I don't like
about?
this guy because in his presentations he promotes performing dark magic ritual and contacting demons. He tells people that they can work with demons.
All right, dude, you're taking forever. We're gonna listen to you at 1.5.
I think he also talked about contacting Astaroth, one of the 7 crown princes of hell. This guy is most likely a demon himself or possessed. Before you start showing the world how ignorant you really are, you should do 2
Now
seconds.
listen to it
very
at half
rarely
speed so they sound drunk.
have I even mentioned the name of Satan in my videos, books, courses, lectures.
He doesn't even mention the name of Satan in his books and
He's not really
lectures
worked
and
with
shit.
Satan. Satan is a Judaic character as far as I'm able to see.
Okay, well, he's not a Satanist. He's full of shit. I don't give a
Satan,
shit what this
Satan,
guy has to
temples,
say.
religions of this-
Let's go back to the chat. Live chat. Do all Satanists wear undershirts, have tattoos? No. I don't have tattoos. I don't have a shirt on right now. I'm not pierced. And I don't think I could pull off a mohawk, so no.
What does it take to get ordained in the Church of Satan?
You're not going to get ordained in the Church of Satan.
Can't.
Sorry,
No?
folks. Oh, you can, but if you have to ask, you're not going to. Yeah, no, you have to, like, actually be part of the administration and know people. At this point, like, since the grotto system was shut down, and people are pretty much just doing what they want, and then they have the core group. Unless you donate a fuck ton of money or do a lot of, like, internal work, it's not going to happen. Yeah, that guy seems like a person who is being dark and edgy to make cash. Actually, dark and edgy is kind of insult. He seems to be rocking the look and that kind of thing, but yeah, he's full of shit. He's not representing any organization I respect, so. But I give him a modicum of respect for making money off of gullible idiots. It's always fun. Unfortunately, I have scruples. So, back to what we were talking about earlier. So, the other things that are forbidden by church. So, consent is really important, right? You can pursue a love interest with all the guile you can muster, all the dirty little psychological tricks, right? But yes, Satanists are generally more. Whoa, I read that backwards. Satanists are generally better people than most Christians. More better peoples. So pursue that love interest. You know, do whatever psychological prep rituals you think you need to do to get yourself in the right headspace, or get them in the right headspace to be receptive to your advances. But the moment that person says stop, you stop. It's that simple. And if you don't stop, then chances are, if you're part of a Satanist group, the other Satanists are going to stop you violently. Or the person you're pursuing is going to stop you violently, and we're going to help them. So it's very simple. We just reinforce consent laws with our fists. So I had somebody in a thread, I think it was in a thread, or it might have been a comment section of a video, I don't remember, asking me about Satanists who perform rituals, and if they perform a ritual to like make somebody fall in love with them, even though this is the most fucking asinine thing I've ever heard. So we recognize that rituals are not real. Magic is not real. These are psychodramas. These are plays that are being put on to get you into a particular headspace to enhance a particular effect. Let's get some music going back here because I am rambling. So, with that in mind, go for it. You're not going to be coercing somebody into something. You're not going to be, like, controlling their mind. And the instant that we find out that magic does work, if we ever did, you know, in some bizarre parallel world, we would stop. And then we would take efforts to take measures to defend ourselves against it. I don't think the Satanic Temple is a very good website. We're going to see what they got going on. Oh, hey, they got a better thing going now. Man, last time they're... So here's an interesting thing. You guys might find this fun. The Satanic Temple, you can be a card-carrying member. Boom. Look at that shit. Membership cards are $25. I am not even going to pay $25 to get Minecraft and play on the awesome server we have set up for anyone who donates $7 or more, so I'm definitely not going to be sending my cash on that. The Satanic Temple has a lot of cool swag, though, which is always fun.
Speaking of said server, I may or may not have been gifted TNT to do fun with things with. Get it.
If
Upon initially spawning in the world, I tried to blow someone up.
Yeah, I have been running the gaming Discord, and apparently Char's been influenced to run the Minecraft server the same way, as a bit of a meritocracy, sort of keeping in line with the whole Satanist thing. And whoever's donated more, or participated more, or done more awesome things got more power. And now, Mike has dynamite. Do more, get dynamite. It's very simple.
Yes, and I can be quite devious with traps, so be wary.
Yes, be devious with the traps as long as the traps consent. So, when I was a young lad, I was sort of pseudo-Christian, I guess. Like, didn't really think about it too much, and just heard Satanists are bad. Satanist evil, right? I didn't even get, like, any of the Satanic Panic stuff, but then one day, in my early 20s, I just happened to be listening to this little podcast called The Thinking Atheist. You blew up Christina. Mike, come on. Don't blow up Christina.
No, I didn't blow her up. I tried to blow up Pew.
I think you got her. You caught her in the blast.
No, when it was just me, Pew, Headless, and we're on at that time.
Okay. It wasn't him that blew you up, Christina. Now we have a new person to hunt down. Back to my story. So, I came across this little podcast called The Thinking Atheist, and it was pretty good. Not a lot of the topics that I was really into, but I did like when he would read books, like children's books. And Christina's got a witch's village being built in a ravine in the Minecraft world. And yes, Char is exhibiting some brilliant nepotism for all the people who donate higher amounts. So, donate, get in there, get some swag, and blow some shit up. But one day, the most interesting podcast popped up on the Thinking Atheist channel, an interview with the High Priest of the Church of Satan. I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. Because by this time I knew Satanic Panic was bullshit, and I had seen this great movie. I forgot what it was. I'm going to look it up on the other screen. Satanic Panic movie. It wasn't called Satanic Panic. It was called something else. It's called Rags, I think. Reich? I don't remember. It was about the Satanic Panic. It was about Pew's the one who blew her up. So you're in the clear, Mike. It was about this. He was either a detective or a prosecuting attorney that had to go to like rural Louisiana, where this girl had been murdered, and they had arrested the town, quote unquote, Satanist. Of course, Hollywood Satanist. So, like, death metal and sacrificing cats and shit. Death metal's fine, just don't sacrifice cats. Like, cats are disgusting garbage animals, but you're not supposed to sacrifice them. So I'd watched that, and like I got the general idea that the Satanic Panic was bullshit. But then, when I was able to listen to the podcast, and I recommend everybody that is interested go listen to it, I realized one thing that he said just struck me. Even if you didn't know you were a Satanist, even if you didn't identify as it, you are one. And even if you don't want to identify as it going forward, this is what you are, in part, at least, if you think and act the way we do. That's great. Yeah, Minecraft is too expensive. I know lots of people like cats, but let me tell you the secret about cats, guys. Cats carry a zombification parasite called Toxoplasma gondii that gets into your brain and makes you like the smell of their urine. It's pretty gross. Number one. Number two, cats, little bastards, have evolved to... even cats don't like other cats. They have evolved to mimic the cries of a human infant when they are hungry. I'm going to drop that down a little bit. And that's kind of despicable. Come on. Like, the cats are tricking you. They also multiply in human waste. No, human waste is the wrong term. Garbage. in garbage, human garbage. And they're an invasive species, so they're kind of like the mammal version of cockroaches. But I understand that there are people who like cats, and that is fine.
After people.
Yep, and I respect your choice to like cat, or your like of cats is not really a choice. That brain parasite is controlling you, but you know, I understand and accept that you like cats. I just want you to know cat facts, right? Just true cat facts. I should start a channel. Get more views than this shit. But that's okay. Fire some more questions at me in the chat. I'm just going to ramble about the Thinking Atheist podcast while I look it up and pop it in the chat for you guys to watch afterwards. Actually, afterwards, you should be watching Cooking with Mowdy and our interview session with RSC and Christina, where they host an AMA about the American healthcare system. Until then, though, so the Thinking Atheist podcast kind of opened my eyes, and I was like, maybe I should look into this. And lo and behold, I've basically been following that sort of philosophy the whole damn time. Less emphasis on the aesthetic portion of it, and more emphasis on the, like, philosophy buffet, I guess you could call it. Picking and choosing the ideas you like and the ones you think work, and combining them into a quasi-philosophical cognitive theory. So yeah, there's that. And then that was right before, who doesn't like urine? Plenty of people don't like urine. We're not all MK. So...
Ew. Ew.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, here it is. The Thinking Atheist Radio Podcast number 76, The Church of Satan.
Yeah, that was only like 2 or 3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that was 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I think I saw it in 2013, maybe? Yeah, urine drinkers probably have brain parasites. Yeah, he interviewed Lucian Graves a year ago. In fact, I think I might have missed that one. I'm going to listen to that after this shit. So, yeah, that was right around the time when they were announcing plans for the giant bronze Baphomet statue. And that took a long time to show up on the other chat. Okay. So, YouTube's got some lag issues. I apologize if I'm missing questions or if I don't answer your questions quickly. By the way, if you know any fundies that want to jump in and talk, go get them.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I was not too into the whole super secret Satanist aesthetic, right? The fucking flowing robes and dark gothic stuff. Why am I a Satanist? Possibly, you don't sign up. Well, I mean, you can sign up and, like, donate money if you want to, but you just are, or you aren't, and you identify with it, or you don't. It's sort of like, how do... Does the Church of Satan do stuff? Not really. Like, they're more an internal organization these days. Church of Satan does not do any outreach. That's the Satanic Temple. The Church of Satan is more of a quasi-private religious organization. They did a bunch of stuff in the 60s through the 90s. Jordy, don't fucking spam the link, dude. Just post it once and then post an interesting message to get people to go to it. These are some of the satanic tenets. You got to know how to manipulate people into doing what you want. And I want to manipulate everyone into going to help Christina's GoFundMe, because that's really why we're here. And so far, we've been knocking that shit out of the park. So let's keep it up. We got a long way to go. It's going to be up for a long time, but this push is going to be for this weekend. So, and 40 minutes ago, have we been going for 40 minutes? Bruce, oh shit, exactly 40 minutes. So I'm going to take credit for that. Bruce Dahlstrom, $100, 40 minutes ago. Fuck yeah, dude. So just send us a screenshot of your confirmation email. Use your info redacted if you want. put it on our Discord, Great Debate Gaming. Put it in the Give a Shit Project Discord. DM me, or Shar, or Jordy. You can get my infos on the Discord. And Shar, I'll get back to your question in just a second. Or you can post it to us on G+. As long as we get a screenshot of that confirmation email in our grubby little paws, we're gonna hand write you a raffle ticket. These raffle tickets are gonna be handmade personally by Shar. So now that Shar knows she's hand making raffle tickets, they're gonna be hand cut. They're gonna be personally inked in, and you know what? I think Char's gonna do a little bit of hand calligraphying on those. It's gonna be unique. Each individual raffle ticket will be unique. Now, I was trying to come up with an analogy, and I have stalled long enough, and I don't know of a good analogy to to make for it. I really don't know. Like, I guess you could be equated to a free speech advocate. Either you're for free speech or you're not, and either you talk about it or you're not. I don't fucking know. Here's the thing: you either follow the philosophy somewhat or mostly, or you don't, and that's fine. You either identify as a Satanist or you don't. That's also fine. Part of the philosophy is choosing whether or not to identify as that. I don't identify as a Satanist in my personal life because it would be detrimental to my safety, the safety of my family, my general well-being, and my employment status for the most part. Actually, I don't think my employers would care. They don't give a shit. But that's just because I don't work at a church, I guess. I don't know. Now, if you work IT as a church, you're a Satanist, don't fucking tell anybody. That'd be the worst idea. But online, I can, talk about this shit. And like I said at the beginning, I am not any sort of okay, I don't know what Char's doing in chat. I'm not any sort of spokesperson, just someone who is horrible at being a Satanist because they're broke all the time, who is a Satanist and can help try to explain some things as I ramble and I try to imbibe enough caffeine to remain living. So yeah, the best part, and part of like my frustration with yeah, exactly, it's going to be a bespoke raffle ticket. You guys should be looking at the chat if you want to know exactly what I'm responding to. I'm going to be cryptic. Part of the frustration I have with certain spokespeople, especially later spokespeople modern spokespeople for the Church of Satan itself, is that they talk about having to do certain things and in order to be considered a Satanist. And it's like, no, you don't have to do anything, right? There's no action required. It's like, in the preface of the fucking book, it says, identify how you want to identify, and think what you want to think, act how you want to act, Thy will be done, man. In any case, around the time that I heard about that Baphomet statue, I didn't realize that there were two different, okay, I guess sleep is a luxury, and my neighbors are still fucking fighting with their stupid dog joining in all the time, so yeah, as soon as I get a couple hours of sleep, I get woken up, but that's a tangent. So I didn't know at the time that it was a separate organization. And I started to sort of look into the history of the Church of Satan, grabbed a copy of the Satanic Bible, started reading that. And I was a little confused at first. I was like, they don't do activism. What the fuck is this shit? And then the Satanic Temple took off. And now they have wonderful programs like After School Satan, because I guess it takes a Satanist to realize that kids should not, be indoctrinated in school into religious organizations and should not have to go home hungry, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we tried to make sure that in our area, every child at every school has a meal every day and has somewhere safe to go after school that's not going to indoctrinate them into some sort of bullshit cult. And we go under the guise of Satanism, because what better way to get the news to fucking talk about you than to have a satanic after-school program, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's flip through our little Bible here and see what other interesting things we have to talk about. And I'll be real honest, I skip over all the ritual instructions in here because that's just boring. I don't do those. I mean, I recognize the utility of them and all that shit, but I don't have time to do that. I don't know if it quite ties in, but I also went about learning how people, like I said at the beginning of the show, how people scam others pretending to be mediums or perform magic spells and all that kind of shit. And people who actually believe that stuff is real really don't like it when you do that. Yeah, I agree. Religion would not survive very long, at least not widespread religion, if people were not indoctrinated as children. And less people are being indoctrinated as children just because of overexposure to differing ideas. So, anything we can do, to lower the rates of indoctrination is good. Christina, thanks for actually hanging out and tuning in with us. Yeah, go get some rest. We are going to keep going. We are going to continue to stream for you, and we will catch you with RSC later tonight. And then, after that, anyone who donates will get to tell us which streamer they want to take a shot. Because we're going to do some Drunk Overwatch and sponsor a shot. So, back to the ramblings. What do we got in the Satanic Bible? Types of magic, that's boring shit. Here we go. This sentence typifies the view of magic. The greatest appeal of magic is not in its application, but in its esoteric meaning. There you go. That explains it all. Just one sentence. That's all you need. Christina, you are very welcome. Just glad we were able to make a dent in that for you. Okay, so here is something, and I'm trying to rack my brain for all the nonsense that people like certain Irish guitarist, Blue Barrel Seller say about Satanism. The idea of psychic vampires, right? And the best part, right, is psychic vampires. The idea originates, I don't think it originates in the Satanic Bible, but the phrase is definitely here. It's the earliest I've ever heard of it mentioned. So this is just, I guess you would call them an emotionally toxic person these days. This is a person who, when they enter your life, they just have problems, right? You're having a good day, you're like, hey, check it out, I just got a new blah blah blah, or I just got a promotion at work, and they're like, yeah, but my life sucks because I had to interact with this person, and they're mad at me, and I pissed them off, and blah blah blah. Sort of people that they feed on your emotion, right? Your good, positive emotions, your positive attitudes, your beneficial things that happen in your life, and they use it in conjunction with offloading their negative shit on you. Yeah, we're talking about vampires. Crazy, huh? I mean, I don't know if they're... Ooh, shit. Dropping my drink cap. I don't know if there are... Ooh, we scared him off. Satan too spoopy. I don't know if there are psychic werewolves that only turn into a monster at the full moon, but there might be. Period joke, guys. So,
I was going to say, it's not the full moon, it's once a month.
Yeah.
It varies from person to person.
Mike gets it. So, yeah, the whole idea of the psychic vampire is just someone who feeds off of your positivity and replaces it with negativity of their own. Or just sort of, they don't have to actively replace it with their own negativity. They can just sort of feed off of your life. I had a roommate at one point who he was a real new agey type of person, and I'm not, as we can see. And so I had other more grounded ideas and other things I was into, and it seems like everything I would get into, at first, he would naysay it, and that's fine. Then, after a certain point, he would jump into it, try to glom onto it. Taunt Buddy, I think this conversation's a bit too mature for you, my dude. Maybe when you're older. So, you could call that type of person the psychic vampire. Of course, he actually believed in psychic vampires like the new agey woo type of psychic vampires that literally feed off of your emotions to sustain themselves and like drain the good emotions out of your aura and shit. So, who knows? But if you really want to piss off one of those people who are all magical thinker types, you can learn to do something very simple, especially if they believe that telekinesis is a possibility. There is an object called a psi wheel. It's a little folded paper, it looks like a pinwheel. And you take an eraser, like one of those big fat pink erasers. You slap it down, you put a needle or a pin in the eraser, and you balance this little pinwheel on the pin. And you put your hands to the sides of it. And you concentrate as hard as you can until it starts spinning with the power of your mind. Yeah, I have to pronounce it like sewage, I guess. So, you're supposed to be able to, because this pinwheel is very light, and apparently fledgling people with telekinesis can only move very light things, be able to move it with the power of your mind. I taught myself to do this while I was bored at work one day. And it's nothing to do with the power of your mind. It has to do with convection currents in the... No, it's not magnetism.
No.
It's not a metal wheel. No, it's a piece of paper. Convection currents in the air. So, the trick... I'm going to reveal to you some magic right now, guys. Because Matt Dillahunty won't tell you his secrets. You take your hands and you slap them together. Like this. And then you rub them together really fast. Build up a lot of heat in your palms. And you cup your hands around the little psi wheel. This will create a convection current of air as the heat dissipates from your hands. What's really cool, what will really piss them off after you show your ability to make a psi wheel move, is to do it with coffee cups. You just arrange 4 coffee cups around it in a little diamond, and those convection currents of the air will make that motherfucker spin. If coffee cup's full of hot water, or hot coffee, not just the cups themselves. The cups are not magical. Not talking about magical mugs here. Fucking muggles. Okay, what were we talking about before that? Psychic vampires. Yeah, alright. So that's something that silly people think are real, and really just psychologically toxic people. You encounter people like this all the time. The new person at your job, or the friend. Everyone has a friend who is constantly just losing their job or getting in trouble at work because they have beef with some random person they've never talked to before. They're like, well, this person just doesn't like me. It's weird how all the people that you work with at every job you work at just seem to have a problem with you and want to cause shit with you at work. Because personally, any place I've worked at, I've never wanted to cause shit with coworkers. Unless they were like a friend who we would fuck with, right? You know, you have the friend who you're like, just come up to work and go, hey, fucked your mom last night. And they know you didn't fuck their mom. Their mom passed away 4 years ago. But, you know, it's a funny joke, and everybody around goes, oh my goodness. And then you laugh, and maybe he punches you in the dick. Maybe not. Who knows? But then you go about your day, and you work, and you get shit done.
Is there any sort of irony for this discussion that I just drove past a truck that has Bible quotes on it?
Did they let Jesus take the wheel?
Luckily not.
I was getting on the highway the other day and somebody let Jesus take the wheel, and I had to stop in the middle of an on-ramp because they weren't getting over. And then all of a sudden they whip into the other lane, no turn signal.
sounds like pretty much everybody in the Northeast.
Yep. Renee has it right. Save all your random beef for the internet, not the workplace. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other stupid things fundies say about Satanists. As much as we would like to, I gotta be honest, we don't control the world. Just most of it. We don't sacrifice things. Like I said, blood magic is taboo. Not even taboo. It's not just taboo. It's wrong for reasons, right? Mostly because it's unsanitary as fuck. Like, you know how many diseases are in the blood? I would hazard a guess that most Satanists agree with kosher slaughtering practices, just because it's, you know, good practice. Maybe not with the like more sadistic types where you like string the cow up but with a fucking pulley and it's kicking and screaming and you slit its throat. But why do I hate God?
I'm using the stuff like, I'm talking about like a special effect blood, not actual blood.
Oh yeah. So if you want to simulate blood rituals, I don't think you should, because it's fucking stupid. And I don't think that type of nonsense is quite as empowering as we're going for. But if you want to, go for it. You are the driver of your life. Do what empowers you. Why do I hate God? Well, it's not. Can you hate what you eat? Let's see. The Holy Speckle says, Tyler, when I look at Satanism, it looks like hedonism mixed with self-worship, mixed with a touch of humanism to redeem itself. It's that uncharitable. It's not uncharitable. I don't think it conveys exactly the, how to put this? I don't think it accurately conveys the idea, right?
Yes and no, but not as nuanced.
Yeah, kind of. I would call it humanism wrapped in a veneer of hedonism, and self-worship can kind of be lumped in with hedonism. So, basically, atheistic humanism wrapped in hedonism. That would be the easiest way to put it. Really, that's why we wrote a book and gave it a label. But yeah, and, you know, Holy Speckle, if you have other questions, fire them at me, because I'm just rambling here for another 40 minutes. So, we may end it early, depending on how many viewers we have and how people are enjoying this. I'm just flipping through the little Bible here, trying to find other silly stuff. So, there is an interesting section of the Bible where we talk about how the 7 deadly sins, quote-unquote, are actually virtuous. And if I can flip to that page, I don't remember where it is. This is how good of a Satanist I am. I don't remember where shit is in my Bible.
Well, suppose that means you follow suit with most other people of religious organizations where they don't read their own holy books.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like, why do you have to read it so many times? Don't you remember what was in it?
Oh, hell no.
No, why would anybody do that? Any Satanist who believes in God? A Satanist who believes in a God, I think, would call themselves Luciferian. Luciferians are the ones who believe Lucifer is real and was the good guy. Now, if somebody's using the label Satanist and does believe in a God, they're not talking about Levian Satanism or the Satanic Temple, so I don't know exactly what they are talking about. Like the Hollywood Satanists that go to the graveyard and sacrifice a goat to summon a demon and ask it for the ability for rock and roll, right? Those are the fake ones. Not fake as in no true Satanist, but fake as in made up to sell gullible people movie tickets. Now, IRL, I don't really know any Satanists because, like, in my area, you don't talk about that shit because you will get assaulted. So, there's that too. And I've been threatened by people around here at certain points for not going to the right church. So there's no way in fuck I'm going to tell anybody that I'm a Satanist. Except on the
All
internet.
that Christian love, you know?
Yeah, Christian love that slashes tires and throws a stop sign through your windshield. Like a scene out of the fucking Roadhouse movie. You know what? Let's just Google a list of the 7 deadly sins and I'll try to explain them from memory.
Greed, sloth, envy, pride.
Yep, I'm just going to go down
Wrath.
the list. And we're
I'll
going to...
say I've seen Alchemist enough times, I know them.
Yeah, wrath and sloth. So, pride is a motivator. That's obvious, right? If you have pride in your work, you're going to try harder, make it good. Now, we're going to recognize that everything has 2 sides, right? Everything has the beneficial and the negative side. Without exception. Because really, good and evil are value judgments. So, pride. Pride can be great. Pride can also turn to hubris and be bad. So, greed is good. Did you not watch Wall Street? Greed leads you to want to acquire more, and properly tempered can lead to innovation. Now, when greed becomes avarice, we have a problem. Lust is the expression of biological urges. It can become obsession, not good, and it can also be tempered into a lifelong connection with another person. Envy is also a great motivating factor. Why I'm a Satanist as opposed to an Epicurean? Because Anton LaVey wrote a cool book. I am also an Epicurean. It's not exclusive. Satanist is just more provocative. And Satanists have cool swag. Look at all this shit. Oop. Okay, they need to work on their menus for their websites, though. Look at all the swag.
I'm guessing the site looks like an early .com era kind of deal.
No, it looks a lot better than it did. I actually might have been on like a local Satanic Temple site and thought, wow, that's janked. But this is the main one, where you can buy all the swag and stuff. Okay, gluttony. Gluttony is great, right? Gluttony is an expression of hedonistic enjoyment. And if gluttony turns to a health problem, right, then pride comes along to encourage you to rectify that, to work out, to get your physique back in order. Wrath can be righteous indignation or pure vengeance. So, good and evil there. And sloth. Sometimes not doing anything is the best thing for you. So, being slothful after surgery when you need to recover. Just like Christina needs to recover from her surgery, which is why we're hosting this hangout, to help her fund her GoFundMe. So if Jordy and Shark could bomb the link in the chat. The Satanic Panic of the 80s help you to Satanism? No, actually. The Satanic Panic of the 80s, I was not in the Satanic Panic of the 80s. I came at the tail end of it into this world. And it was kind of recognizable, by me anyways. No, gluttony is not what Shining for Christ is all about. Shining for Christ is about problem evil. And that's all we're going to say about that. So, to me, it was kind of recognizable that the Satanists were not really sacrificing kids to bring about the apocalypse and all that kind of shit. But I guess I didn't really even think about it until I told the sloths are fucking awesome, by the way. I agree with Evie Storm in the chat. I didn't even really know much about Satanism aside from it being a bad cult movement, quote unquote, until I saw the Thinking Atheist podcast. This podcast, right? Why am I signed out? What the fuck? YouTube is having issues today, folks. I'll put that link in the chat for you in a second. So, yeah, I didn't really understand what Satan was all about until I saw an episode of the Thinking Atheist podcast, about 2013, maybe. And There we go. There's that link for you guys. Check out that podcast after the stream events today. Just save it in your watch later. It's good stuff. And then there was one specific line in there. That was that he was telling people what the satanic philosophy was all about. And even if you didn't know that you were a Satanist and you followed that philosophy, you were a Satanist. And even if you didn't want to identify as a Satanist, you were still expressing satanic values. And really, you get to choose how you identify and what values you express. You don't get to choose what you believe. So, deep down, if you value individual autonomy, if you value aesthetics, if you value the power of the mind to influence you, to direct your path in life, if you value the impact of ritualistic practices and the drama of the stage, if you value making your own choices and just if you just value things, really, in some aspects you are a Satanist. Deep down inside, Satan is inside all of us. That would be a great place to end it, but we're going to keep going anyways. Because Holy Spackle's got good questions. So yeah, the not only are the 7 deadly sins actually virtues in their own way, they all help one avoid the pitfalls of sticking specifically to one of the 7 deadly sins. And, yeah. Well, that's pretty cool, I think, y'all. I'm just saying. And if we've had enough of the Satanism and Satan-related questions, we can always go into other topics, like Shani mentioned being an Epicurean earlier. I could identify with that label, I guess, in certain ways. And, like when it comes to morality, I'm a blend of non-cognitivism, utility, and subjectivism, I guess you could say. There's too many isms. Isms are ridiculous. It's kind of why Satanism as an ism is so useful, I think, to people who just give this Bible a look. Because included in the ism of Satanism is the idea that you choose which parts of isms you want to ism and which parts of isms you don't want isming all over you. So I can say, yeah, non-cognitivism. I kind of agree with that. I don't agree with the baggage, so I'm going to take the part I agree with and fuck the rest. It can go into the gutter. Which is why talking to people online, and especially in the G Plus community, the state of it as it is today, is so ridiculous. People would rather try and slap a label on you and argue against some sort of straw man related to that label than even argue against what you're saying, let alone ask you questions to find out what you are actually trying to convey if they're confused. And, like, just ask questions. It's not hard. Just, if you don't know what a person is trying to say, if you don't understand them, just go, what do you mean by that? Or if you want to know what a person thinks about a topic, ask them, what do you think about this? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to put our playlist in the chat there so people can go get this mix and can explore a new genre of music. Dorian Gray, you know, interesting story. If I could find a magic picture like that and let it take on all the bad choices I make, I probably would. All in all, though, he made the mistake of not sealing that portrait in some sort of unopenable casket. Fucking wrap that shit in concrete, encase it in lead, and sink it at the bottom of the ocean. And then you live forever. And they had concrete and lead back in the 1800s or wherever the fuck Dorian Gray was around. Where I get my morality? Yeah, I get my morality the same place everybody else gets their morality. I make it up as I go along. No. Morality and ethics, I think, are two separate things. And it's really interesting to argue this with anybody who's a philosophy junkie, because they'll try and say that ethics and morality are interchangeable terms, and that the majority of philosophers think they're so. But if you take an ethics course in any sort of ethical discipline, they're going to differentiate between the two. Generally speaking, most of the time, ethics are societally implemented or implemented within a group, while morals are individually held and maybe agreed upon, even across a wide swath of the population. But ethics are enforced, morals are not. So it's a staged program. You go from morals to ethics, and then ethics to laws or regulations, and then laws. Or you could have judicial precedent in there somewhere too. But that's the tiered hierarchy, basically. So I take the view that as a morals are, I guess they would be subjective by definition if you went with that. But I hold the non-cognitivist viewpoint, I guess you could say, that moral proclamation is not a true-false question. It doesn't have a truth value. So when somebody goes, stealing is wrong, right? And this is, would you like to see for the future of the Church of Satan? I don't give a shit. Just like more activity, I guess. Satanists share a lot of morals with Christians. You guys borrow a lot from Satan, and you know what? We thank you for it. I would say that I probably share most of the moral values that you do. But back to the quick point about non-cognitivism. I find it kind of disturbing that when we want to talk to somebody about non-cognitivism, right, they're going to default to the idea of like a base emotional reaction. And not in an attempt to honestly understand your position, where you're coming from, but in an attempt to dismiss it out of hand. They'll equate it to going, instead of saying stealing is wrong, they'll try to frame it as stealing, or stealing bad, or stealing I don't like. Which technically it is, but you have to ask yourself, why are you stating it like that? Why are you stating it like simplified pejorative instead of stealing is wrong? This isn't a true-false proposition. This is a personal opinion backed up by points that I now have to think through. So it's just that simple to honestly try and understand where people are coming from. Because there's no way to show that stealing actually, quote-unquote, is wrong. Wrong is a value judgment that we put on actions and the results of it. In some instances, we would think stealing is right. So when you have to look at it like this, and you have to recognize the difference between the language being used. It's like a non-cognitivist can use any type of language they want. I look at moral statements. Like when you tell somebody stealing is wrong, that's a fact. It's not a fact. You're saying it's a fact, because saying it's a fact is an attempt to persuade the other people. Right? Oh, we got some Patrick Bateman in the background going. Nice. So, I'll tell you it's a fact. I'll tell you it's a fact, and I'll tell you what God told me it's a fact to get you to agree with me. It's not a fact. I can't show you that it's a fact. I can't verify the true or false nature of that statement. So, if we look at the morals that Satanists share with Christians, I don't want people to rape. I think we share that moral, except we put it in our Bible. People should not steal, generally. People should not kill each other, generally. I think we'd agree on a lot. Where we don't agree is it's going to be more nuanced or flat out, like there's no reason I should agree with that. Like, let's take one that's going to start some controversy. Adultery, right? Let's not even go with adultery. Let's go with having an affair. I don't think having an affair is technically wrong. It may be disadvantageous for certain people, but having an extramarital affair not necessarily a bad thing. It may be wrong if you're also lying to your spouse about it, or spending excessive amounts of money to uphold it, or it can damage you politically or socially or economically. But having sex with someone you're not married to what's wrong with that? I view marriage itself as the commodification of human pair bonding. So, oh goody. Hannah Anderson in the chat. Hello. Do you have questions for the Satanist? While we see if Hannah has any questions, I'm going to put the link to our current playlist in the little chat. Or not the chat. I'm going to put it in the bottom of the description underneath all the good info. Execrable command theory? Ooh, I don't know what that means. Let's Google that shit. See, that's the thing. An affair does not mean you're being cheated on. Extramarital affair just means you're having sex with somebody outside the marriage. There are a lot of reasons that extramarital affairs occur, right? Could be you're cheating on your spouse because you're bored. Could be you're cheating on your spouse because you're trying to form a deep emotional connection with someone so they can protect you from their spouse. No, there is there is no divine command theory. There is nothing divine to command this. Sorry. Yes, I'm getting the background music mix link into the chat for you, or into the description for you guys. It's just taking a hot second because I had to go through multiple windows and restart stuff. So there you go. Opposite of divine command. Okay. Not for morals, no. Like, here's the thing. If I'm in a society where I have to say that I agree with your moral tenets or I'll be killed, I'm going to do it. Yeah, sure. It is called an open marriage, but an open marriage is having extramarital affairs by definition. When it becomes a legally recognized polyamorous marriage, then it's different. I don't think that people who wish open marriages need to communicate that up front. I think people can arrive at the idea that they want an open marriage later. God is good is nonsense. Good is a value judgment. I don't know why people think that saying God is good is a good idea. It's fucking dumb. Yeah. You know what else is good? The cheeseburger that I got at Five Guys. That was a good cheeseburger. Was it a God cheeseburger? I don't think so. So yeah, Hannah, I think you can be married perfectly fine with monogamy up to a point, and then decide, you know what, we should open this up. Or you could, and see, there are different levels of communication, right? You may have that idea in your head and not want to insult your spouse by bringing it up before you get married. I think people who are adults should lay all their cards on the table first. Like, find out if you're cognitively, sexually, physically, and compatible, and if you have the same ideas later in life, before you start seriously dating anyone, before you try to commodify your marriage by commodify your relationship by bringing the government into it. Does it offend you when Christians call humanity depraved? Not really. The idea of being offended by Christians calling humanity depraved is kind of interesting, but no, it doesn't offend me. Yes, God is the best cheeseburger cat can has. Yeah, it's sort of just sad. Like, I agree, humanity is pretty shitty, and I don't agree with people who say that humans are generally good. Because, again, value judgment, not something that can be tested. But calling humanity depraved and having such a poor outlook on life. See, here's the problem. If you look at it as, if you look at Christian theology from the standpoint of what would be best for everyone to do, there's one answer that you have to end up at. The best thing for everyone, to be the best possible life for the most number of people, would be for one person to kill every other person on the planet, either before they reach the age where they can condemn themselves by sinning, or immediately after they've repented and accepted Jesus as their Savior and gained entry into heaven. And then only one more person would have to go to hell, but that person could also repent right before they die. So you could immediately stop anyone having to suffer through this horrible mortal existence and an eternity of torment in the afterlife, if Christian theology was true. Unfortunately, it includes end-time prophecies and murderous deities. So, Pollyanna and optimistic. I don't know what Pollyanna means. So the Holy Factor says, many atheists become Pollyanna and optimistic when depravity is brought up. But then when it's not, sometimes they sound negative. Yeah, Hannah Anderson says, humans are basically self-serving. It's kind of built into us for survival. Now here's the thing. Humans also have these fancy things called mirror neurons, which are the physiological root of empathy. It's being theorized. And it's in our self-serving interests to be a social species and work together with each other. So being quote-unquote good is kind of evolutionarily programmed into us by our physiology, by our behavioral conditioning over millions of years. We do murder, rape, and pillage for power and resources, but we don't rape, usually, our family. We rape the outsiders, the out group. And it's basically territorial and tribal squabbling to gain more resources. So if the majority of people wanted to rape everyone around them and kill everyone around them, we'd all be dead. It is fantastic wasting all my time calling myself a Satanist. It takes so much of my time to say I am a Satanist. And you know what? The return on that time invested is good. We've raised a few $100 for Christina's GoFundMe in this little stream. And, you know, I think that is worth all the time I've wasted. So, good job, Nick. Keep those interesting questions coming. Let's see, what were we talking about? I don't understand what atheists become Pollyanna means. Isn't Pollyanna like a character from a novel? Let's Google this real quick, guys. An excessively cheerful or optimistic person. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's kill them with kindness. That's great. Like when people start being excessively rude, then why is that pumpkin drinking Captain Morgan's? Why am I not drinking Captain Morgan's?
Because you've run out.
No, because I have good rum. I have Pirate rum and some Kraken in the fridge for the drinking stream later tonight in 5 hours. Modern Satanist is comprised of mostly carbon, some oxygen, nitrogen, I guess. I don't know, other fleshy bits. Unicorn dust went out of favor when they became endangered, and we had to step in to stop the poaching of unicorns. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to use thermobaric weapons, and poachers were. Spiced rum is delicious. Now, I'm going to put this out to all the people watching. If you find a rum called 7 Tiki Spiced Rum, number one, buy that shit immediately. It is the best rum. 2, send it to me, because you don't deserve it. But it was the only rum made in Fiji, made with Fiji water from the Fiji Water Bottling Company. The being better at life instead of being a Satanist. If I was any better at life, I would be immoral. So Yeah, sorry about that. So, Seven Tiki is not made anymore, which makes me sad. But when it was made, the distillery was right next to the Fiji water plant. The sugar cane that was used in making this rum was grown right next to the bottling plant. You can make it home. Oh, I don't want to make homemade rum. Fuck that. I want to buy it.
You don't want to go blind.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I would totally love to open a still and make moonshine, but I can also buy it way cheaper. Renee, it's probably not going to be quite as interesting later, because we're only going to run for 15 more minutes, but yep, have a good night, and join later when you wake up. Yeah, Nick, you can't just ask a question and. That's not a question, even though you put a question mark on it. Anna, have a good day. You can just grab the links for the charity from the description before you guys go. Pop it up on your social media. Get more people noticing. Get more people involved. We've got a cooking show with Mowdy coming up right after this, in about 15 minutes. And after that, we will have a AMA about the state of the healthcare system in the United States. No, there are no formal Satanist groups in my area. Christians around here get kind of punchy and shooty and murdery, so no, there are not. I am not.
I was just saying AMA or the video, the thing about the U.S. healthcare thing is just going to be a video of a dumpster fire, right?
Yeah, it's just going to be a burning dumpster. I am not one of the Satanists who likes to do group ritual type stuff, really. I respect and acknowledge the psychodrama of it. It's just not something I'm into, really. I would rather, like, I've hosted Saturnalia parties and stuff like that for friends, but they weren't explicitly Satanist themed. Which, I mean, is great fun. Drinking under the full moon at night in front of a bonfire, always fun. But, yeah, I don't do the ritual stuff, really. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be a Satanist in Texas either. That would be absolutely batshit. I don't even know if Austin has some issues lately, too, from what I understand. But great to, Satanist at the Back Cruise would be cool. I do plan on visiting Austin and going to the Back Cruise at some point. That sounds like fun. That would be a great community event to meet up with a bunch of people, go on the cruise, chill with Dillahunty. Yeah, Saturnalia is paganism, yes. A lot of the rituals that Satanists follow are pagan in origin. We just recognize that they're not magic. Saturnalia actually originates, the term originates in Rome, when they rebranded the Greek gods. It was adopted by pagans later. But it also coincides with a bunch of other pagan solstice festivals. Like the one where they poured bees on Nicolas Cage's face, all that shit. But, yeah. It's really fun. Just get a bunch of people, like... See, this is the thing. People like to grill in the summer. Yeah, I'd like to think so, but then again, that one a couple of years ago, that girl that was just jogging around campus at UTA, she had her headphones in, and she didn't hear a cop, I guess, tell her to stop for some reason, and he tased the shit out of her. So Austin's got its own issues, and it's also being flooded right now. Too much rain. Suck less like an adult. Have you met a lot of adults? Like, you have to be over 18 to suck. So, yep, Renee, Hannah, sorry for keeping you guys. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. And just toss up that Give a Shit Project link in your social media for us. We would appreciate it. Let's go back up here. I know I distracted myself from something. I'm almost awake, actually, guys. My caffeinated beverage is almost gone. Yeah, there are plenty. I'm sure there are plenty of people groups that have self-genocided because their morals were fucked up, or because their ritualistic practices were fucked up. Yes, and I mean, it's kind of the Satanist philosophy to recognize that paganistic rituals are serving a purpose, a psychological purpose, not a magical purpose, and we're fine with that, the practice of ritual in that way. Personally, I think some of it's just silly, like the smudging sticks together. I had a roommate, the same roommate I talked about earlier, who would he thought there was some sort of evil entity living in the house we lived in, so he would like go around and purify the fucking place with smudging sticks all the time. And I didn't mind if he bought like good stuff, but he bought cheap smudging sticks, so it smelled like ass. I was
Did
like,
he put salt around the doorways and windows too?
no, he didn't go full crazy. I don't know why. But he did say he saw like shadow animals and shit, and that he like his room was directly at the top of the stairs, and then mine was at the top of the stairs, but to the right and down a little hallway, like a short 10-foot hallway. And he said at one point he was going up the stairs and he saw, it looked like the shadow of a person standing in the room where you know how you see the shadow come out under the door. But he was downstairs and I wasn't home. And then he went up there and there was no one there. And that he saw shadow footsteps at his door, just standing there when no one was there, and shit like that. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, oh, the house, the stairs we had to go up were, they were put in by a contractor who did the worst possible job. The pitch was wrong. They used cabinet material instead of stair material. It was awful. And you couldn't go up or down the stairs without making enough noise to wake up everybody. So for somebody to sneak up the stairs and then just stand in front of his door would be ridiculous.
Then it must have been a ghost.
Yeah, super spoopy. Yeah, no, I think he just had sleep paralysis and didn't recognize it for what it was. Because I have sleep paralysis, and it's not fun. It's the worst. Especially if it combines with any sort of dream, like somebody pounding on the door. I've gotten up to answer the door, nobody there. And then I've slept through people actually pounding on my door because the apartment next door was flooding. So, crazy stuff. Back to Holy Spackle's point. Yeah, people that have fucked up morals that include murdering their own family are usually get murdered to death. And, see, that's why I don't really buy the whole ancient people that the Jews killed were murdering their own babies, because who were they killing if they were murdering their own babies? Like, who was there for the Israelites to fight if this civilization killed all their own kids, right? So.
Well, no, it wasn't happening all the time. It was just this one generation they had to go fight.
Sure, but if they had, like, if it was their custom to kill the kids, how did they get a next generation? Or they have a percentage system, like, we're only going to kill 20% of the children for this ritual to work.
Like a quota, maybe.
Yep. Or like a lottery. Like the raffle you can enter if you donate to the GoFundMe. We'll sacrifice you to the dark gods. Yog Sothoth is the gate.
But you were talking about like sleep paralysis and some really weird dreams.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you remember this happened more than once at where I used to live when I was a kid, where the room I was sleeping in would be on fire, and I would hear some kids screaming for help. Every time I'd go over and open the door to let them out, the fire would go out. He'd step out.
Oh no, you cut out at the most interesting part. He'd step out and what?
Then he would just disappear and I'd wake up.
Oh shit, that's like a scene out of It. Yeah, that is exactly a scene out of the new It.
And what made it even worse is it wasn't just a standard closet door, it was slatted so I could see into it if I looked at it right too.
If this was going on, could you see the fire inside until you opened it?
Well, it was like the whole place was on fire. And he was in there hiding, I guess, or like he thought it'd be safe in there.
Could you see him through the slats?
Yeah, like I can't remember all the details of it, but it's just like
Creepy stuff. Oh, we got an interesting question in the chat. African Orphan asks, aren't Satanists Nazis? No. Sorry to say we are not. The Nazis were a combination of radical Catholic and what's called Theosophy, both of which believe gods are real. Satanists don't believe gods are real. Sorry. Thank you for playing. And there goes Mike. Oh, he's back. So, yeah. No. Satanists would not put Gott mit uns on their belt buckles. Sorry. And, yeah, we wouldn't be endorsed by the Catholic Church, exactly, would we? Theosophy is actually something that is very interesting to look into. The Theosophical Society is a fascinating, batshit crazy group that the Nazi occultists were into. A lot of the basis for the Hellboy comics, too. I don't think Nazis exactly keep it a secret. Have you met white supremacists? They kind of tattoo that shit all over their bodies. I am one of the people who... See, I don't agree with Antifa. I don't agree with punching Nazis. I think the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. But if you're a Nazi, neo-Nazi, whatever kind of Nazi you are, and you live in this country with me, I'm legally not allowed to kill you, so I guess I'll leave you alone and support your ability for... G-Man was never a Satanist. He's not smart enough. What was I saying? Yeah,
I'm not smart enough to be a Christian either.
No, he's not, but yeah, you don't have to be that smart. Yeah, so since I'm not allowed to kill Nazis in this country, I will support your rights under the Constitution until such time as you decide to attack an innocent person, and then I will kill you. In self-defense, or in defense of that other innocent person. And it appears my live chat is a little slow, so I'm going to try and refresh it here. Maybe that'll help. So, African Orphan, any other questions? Are you obsessed with Nazis, or do you have questions about Satanism? Because you have 3 minutes. We may have started late, but we're going to end on time so we can get to RCs. In fact, Shar, dump in the chat if they're on time. If not, and we still have questions, I can keep going, I guess. I can stretch it longer and ramble on. Anybody else that uses Streamlabs and wants to know how I made this overlay, because I just slammed it together at the last second, I can get you the assets and you can make one yourself. There you go. Friendly offer of... Hey, it's Char.
So, the cooking hangout is 1 hour later than scheduled, so it starts in an hour.
Fantastic.
But it should be that watch link. It should already be active. I can even post it one more time.
Okay.
It, of course, we know could change because of technical difficulties.
Yeah, it took me a hot second to figure out how I wanted to run this, because Hangouts is garbo.
If they move it, we'll post the link at that particular watch anyway, so you'll get redirected from there. Yep, it goes live in an hour. There's an ingredients list available in the calendar, although it's getting pretty late to go shopping.
Yep, you'll have to hurry.
And then 2 hours after, 2 hours, it's going to run for 2 hours, and then we have our healthcare AMA, which is still scheduled for 8 p.m. Central Time. So,
Char, give me 1 second. I'm going to reset our server region. You Canadians ruined my Discord. Boom. You guys get to see behind-the-scenes Discord stuff. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So we got 4 hours of Hangouts coming, and then we've got Drunk Overwatch and Sponsor Shot and whatever else. Doesn't have to be Overwatch per se.
No, we could do any free game anybody wants to play. I've just got a bunch of people that I met on Overwatch that want to play Overwatch. So the more people drinking at the same time, the less we will die of alcohol poisoning.
Yep.
And we are up for me. Oh, jeez. We are going to put a hard limit: 6 shots within 2 hours for anyone who's drinking 35 proof or above. So we don't die. Because we got some baby chillins with us that are just learning how to handle their alcohol. And then we have people like me and Shar who can recover within an hour.
Well, I have to be up in the morning, so...
Ugh.
Man, now I can't hear anyone.
Oh no. Just leave and come back. Yeah, Mike's all fucked up anyways. So we can run long if anybody wants to let me know in the chat if you're interested in this shit.
Well, if we really have that many people watching, is anyone interested in ghost stories tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard?
Oh yeah, Mike's got a ghost story, but he just told it. The blue is load all over the chat.
I can't hear anything.
What is happening?
Change the server region to something else.
Something.
To Japan.
To Japan? Alright. We're going Japanese. Get the tentacles ready, folks. Can you guys hear us now?
No, it's not any better, is it?
Damn. Jordy, Tom Buddy, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. It's just Char. Char.
Okay.
We're gonna tell Char to reset her shit.
I gotta reboot.
Reboot yo shit. I'm gonna extra at in there. Okay. So, there are 17 of you watching. Ask some questions. Toss in some shit to talk about. You don't have to ask me about Satanism. You can just ask a Satanist stuff. If you want recipes, I've got recipes. If you want my opinion on the new Star Trek show, quote unquote, I'll tell you about the Orville. If you want to talk,
You answered my question.
I don't know what your question was.
How are you feeling currently?
Oh yeah, I answered that as soon as you asked it. I am good,
Oh.
I guess. Just still sleep deprived. My neighbor's dog is an asshole. Why did a Satanist eat your baby? Probably because it was delicious. I mean, we have a cooking show going on. What do you think we're doing? What does Satanist believe exactly? Satanist believes that, well, it depends on what kind of Satanist you're talking about. I am a sort of a blend of Levain Satanism and the Satanic Temple, so I believe that there are no gods or deities or monsters or ghosts or ghouls, and magic is not real, but ritualistic psychodrama is useful, and I believe in trolling the Christians. And I also believe that we need a political outreach arm, which is why I support the Satanic Temple and all the stuff they do, like their after-school Satan program, to make sure that kids have a safe place to go after school that's not going to indoctrinate them, and that they have meals while at school, and that no child should go hungry. And their defense of religious freedom under the Constitution. And we're going to get Char to do a whole reboot of her system. I'm going to give her a little emoticon of support here. Thumbs
You guys
up.
hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. What I was trying to say earlier before my phone went all stupid was, what time is the drunk stream?
It starts at 10 p.m. And if we don't get any donations during that sponsor shot, we're going to drink anyways. So you can't stop us from drinking by not donating. You can only delay it for an hour or so.
Or I could be that guy and just, shotgun 6 donations or 7 donations real quick at the beginning, just to get you all drunk.
You could. Lucifer, we're talking about Satanists, not Luciferians. Go back to your little pity party. I'm sorry you got kicked out of that garden. Yep. You call yourself the Lightbringer, but why is there a light in my apartment that's burnt out, bro? What are you doing? Bring some light. Tom Buddy, do you have any questions for Ask a Satanist?
Not really.
Good.
Does your loving of Doom have to do anything with your Satanism?
Doom
Or
is
do you just-
badass regardless of your religious affiliation.
Yeah, that's really hard to disagree with.
He wasn't talking about the game.
Oh, yeah,
Doom? You mean knockoff Master Chief? Come on, guys.
yeah. Knockoff of Master Chief. The game that
No.
invented first-person shooter multiplayers. You know what? I would say... I'm
I'd say
curious
Quake
now.
was better at that.
Quake was better at it, but Doom invented it. Because Wolfenstein never went multiplayer. Know your lore, folks.
Destiny may have created the first-person shooter RPG combo that it's in, but it's now the worst one amongst its genre.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think, had the unlock system. No, Fallout. Fallout did.
Well, it has like a leveling up system and skill. Very
The-
few skills, but a skill tree system nonetheless.
Delay time between Discord and the stream is a lot. Yeah, my audio is going straight through Streamlabs, and Discord is for everybody else to be hanging out in.
Ciao.
But you guys should be getting like the conversation in real time. I don't know what delay you're talking about. If you're talking about what's coming up on the screen. But first, before we do anything else, we're going to look up the most players in a classic Doom game at one time.
3.
Do you have the original Doom? Like,
Yes,
the Ultimate Doom?
I have it on floppy disk somewhere.
On floppy disk.
Yeah. I also have the SNES cartridge. I have the Super Nintendo cartridge. It's fucking red
Oh,
plastic.
yeah. I really
Do
want
you
to
have
get
a
the
means
Doom
to play the
64.
floppy disk?
Do I have the means to play the floppy disk? Not currently in my setup, but I do have access to 3.5-inch floppy drive.
How the fuck do you even have that antiquated technology around still?
Oh, dude, I've been building computers with my dad since I was like 9.
Hell, even third world countries have moved on past floppy disks.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to archive shit. I used to use a floppy disk when I was in elementary school to bring shit I was working on home.
Are those computers satanic computers?
They are now. I've consecrated
I
them.
suppose it doesn't really matter which medium you store it on. If it gets hit with an EMP, it's all gone anyway.
I don't know why a CD would be gone. Like, that should be fun. Really, I don't even think micro SDs would be fucked up. Like, the thing that's going to get messed up is your system used to read it, not the actual storage medium. Maybe magnetic storage like floppy drives and hard drives, but physical
Well, depends on how
storage,
close to the pulse. Go ahead.
if it's close enough to like melt, yeah.
I
But
was gonna say if it's close enough to the pulse, it could act like when you throw it in a microwave.
yeah, that, like I said, close enough to melt. But if it's close enough to melt, it's gonna explode from whatever set it off, anyways. But like physical punch cards are EMP proof. Yes, that is correct. Physical storage medium like CDs and Blu-rays is gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure that micro SD cards will be fine too because they're solid state, like solid state hard drives. I would just contact my folks and ask them because that's my dad's the tech guy.
VHS, Betamax, cassette tapes, floppy disks, they'd all be gone. Or they'd be wiped, they'd still be usable though afterwards.
Yeah, they'd be brand new again. Although, if it was a VHS that had a commercial Hollywood movie on it, then you can't record over them. So, because they punch out the little thing. Brutal Doom, maybe. I am going to start a New Game Plus at some point. But, yeah. We do have streams of Doom. I streamed the final boss fight a little while ago. But I played so much Overwatch that I spent most of the stream fixing my controls to be more like Overwatch.
You know that the Ultimate Doom is like $7 right now?
Yeah. Oh, shit, I got everything on the 666 sale. So I got it for like $1.
Nice.
I also have all the Quakes, I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my Steam.
Oh, it's actually $5 on Steam.
Oh my god, my neighbor's dog won't shut the fuck up. Alright. Oh, something that I should have... Shut the fuck up there. Jesus Christ. Haha, Satanist saying Jesus Christ. Haha. Damn it, now I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck you, dog.
You gotta do is you gotta get the broom handle and just start poking at the.
In my shitty apartment, I'll just punch a hole in my ceiling.
Either that or go down to the local pharmacy, grab some sleeping pills and some cheese, feed it to the dog.
I should just grab a dog whistle, and when the chick upstairs wants to sleep, blow it and make her dog freak out so she has to put up with this shit. Because I'm pretty sure she's just, like, left it alone in her apartment, and it's freaking out right now. Okay. Fuck. I had a point I was going to bring up. It was a satanic point about Satan. and now I don't remember what it is. God damn it.
Satanist saying Jesus Christ, irony.
No, it was way before that. It was gonna be good.
Okay.
That you're gonna play Ultimate Doom online.
I'm going to play Overwatch. Yes, I'm going to play Overwatch.
Damn it. I wanted to play Ultimate Doom with you. I feel like that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd have to get it installed and working and all that shit. Remind me at some point when we need to stream something. I'm not going to do it right now because we're talking to the folks. We've got 12 folks watching now. We're dropping. Go grab the fundies, bring them in. All you people in the chat. Go get your G-Mans and your Warning Good Peoples and your Jills. Go get them.
What's the minimum amount we'll have to donate for the drinking stream?
Every $5
You guys have to
donation.
take a shot. Okay.
If I don't know, I didn't get a chance to run to the liquor store, so I just have higher proof alcohol. So yeah, we'll just do $5 shots. You get to pick which streamer takes the shot.
Oh, I thought it was a collective shot, not an individual.
No, we don't want to die.
It's so funny. Everyone in this Discord sounds fine to me except Tyler. Tyler just clipping like. But you sound fine in the stream. I can't understand you at all in Discord.
Yeah, Tyler clips for me a little bit too.
Okay.
Probably not as bad as you.
There's a mutiny going on in my Discord, folks. We're gonna leave those fools in there. I'm gonna change the region on them. Fuck you guys. We're leaving Japan. We're going back to Central U.S. Bible Belt. We all need. Everybody needs Jesus. The problem is he's not real.
No, Christine's go for me.
Okay, is that better? Am I better now?
Good start for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn right I am. So
I gotta read one comment from Christina's GoFundMe first, though.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
It's a picture of Von Helton. It says Von Helton is now the Sorcerer Supreme, complete with cape. I don't know what that meant,
Oh yeah.
but that guy gave $100. That's what they posted.
He legit has a fucking magical protection shirt and cape and pendant. And he thinks that the bombs that were sent to like CNN and all the left-leaning like politicians and people were some sort of false flag plot by demons or sorcerers, I guess, wizards.
Well, a huge number of people on the right are calling it a false flag anyway.
Except they caught the crazy dude who's done this shit before too. Sorry, the FBI did their job, fuckers.
You guys know Bill Ludlow, right? He's been
Oh
in
yeah,
Steve's.
that guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I know him.
Wait, is he the dinosaur guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him on Facebook.
Yeah, Mike, you're
Calling
Dalek again,
everything
my
up.
dude.
God damn it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, are you on
Exterminate.
mobile? Because mobile's been having issues lately.
Yeah, I'm always on mobile.
Okay. Try going into your. Which service do you use? And what kind of phone do you have?
AT&T iPhone.
iPhone. Fuck. Okay. So what you can do is
fuck both ways.
go into your network settings and change your roaming mode. If it's in global, make it local. If it's in local, make it global. And if changing it to local gives you an issue, just change it right back to global again. That should get you a new connection to the tower. If you're not driving and you have a second to do it. Okay, so let's get back to the chat here. SW says you all need Jesus. I informed SW that we all need Jesus, but the problem is Jesus isn't real. Then SW says he is real. We had gay sex yesterday where he came in my heart. Dude, if he came in your heart, you need to go get like tested. Not only for STDs, you need to get make sure you don't have like an arrhythmia or anything. Which Jesus is not real, Son of God, or Jesus a human that lived 2,000 years ago? I don't know what humans lived 2,000 years ago. There's no God man called a Jesus. Sorry, gods are made up. It's not my fault. I didn't make them up. New Michael Myers movie. No, Michael Myers movies are boring as fuck. If you want to watch a good horror movie, you should watch a movie called Flora. It's on Netflix. You can rent it for a few bucks. That is how you do a horror movie.
Does it have a sequel called Fauna?
It should. I fucking hope it does. But I don't know, it came out this year, so give him a chance, man. So yeah, I don't know what humans lived 2,000 years ago. All I know is that people wrote about a god man. So.
G-Man?
No, not a G-man.
Oh.
Gee, what does the? I was about to say, what does the G stand for? I'm pretty sure I know what the G stands for.
I forget what it was. I think it was when he talked to Paul's ego one day, and Paul's ego goes, "Everything changed when Jesus came off your hat and G-Man went on your hat." After that, he changed his hat back.
The only good hat he ever had was the Jesus Ruiz hat.
With the puff paint?
Yeah. Every other letter was capitalized except the L.
It's great.
Everything
Jesus
changed when the
Ruiz.
G-Man Nation attacked.
Did I watch the... No, I guess it might be great, but, like, dude has a knife in Middle America and can kill people? Okay, if you're watching it as a comedy, alright, that makes sense. But seriously, everybody should go watch Flora. It's a great horror movie. And, what's another good one? Actually terrifying movies to watch. Like horror movies that are actually scary. I can't really think of many. Like Akira.
That's scary to me. The only thing
Jesus,
that's-
Shark.
Well, it's not my fault. What am I can't talk then.
You just went...
I know.
Okay,
there's
I
nothing I
turned
can
your
do.
ass down.
There's nothing I could do about it.
I turned your ass down. Say your thing. Do it.
I just don't like cornfields.
Mhm.
That's what's scary to me.
Oh, you should watch Quiet Place.
Cornfields in a movie. Yeah, no, I did. I didn't care for that one. I didn't find it scary. The other one, with the monsters that were allergic to water.
Oh, Signs.
Signs. That one. That had some scary moments for me.
I do want to see a
that
quiet
was
Place. How
creepy.
is that?
It's pretty
It's
good.
okay. I didn't love it, but it's worth a watch.
It's worth renting on Amazon
Very
Prime.
quiet.
What's another good one? Yeah, Signs was scary. It was just the visuals, and I think Joaquin Phoenix's reaction was what made it even more scary. He's so good in that movie. It's just,
Yeah.
What was that movie called with all those teenagers on the bus and something was slowly just taking them out, like
Jeepers
over time?
Creepers.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
was
don't
good.
know what that one is. Oh, you know the thing that scared me the most about Signs, though? I gotta tell the story before I forget it. Because it came out when I was a kid. I lived in a house where we were replacing a couple broken windows, so they had boards boarded up over them until we could get the windows in. And watching the movie late at night in the dark, something thumps onto my roof and runs across it during the scene in the basement. Fucking squirrels. But
So
terrifying.
there's a shit ran.
To a little kid, oh my god. Sorry, Jory, I had to tell the story before I forgot about it.
So basically, Shar showed up on your roof. And
Yep, Char was scrabbling around on my roof, snatching my people up.
Actually, more likely be 13 Heathen.
Huh.
'Cause
It's-
Texas. No, you weren't in Texas. Never mind.
It's an
Oh, that
older
would have been
movie.
California. I'm from California.
It's an older movie, but the 1986 The Hitcher, that's a good one. I still like that one.
What's the name with Jeepers Creepers? Oh no, I was just saying that was a good movie. Never mind.
Yeah.
The original Poltergeist was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, that was goofy though. It wasn't scary. I don't know why
Well,
people
even
are scared of The
kids-
Exorcist. It's not. I've never been scared of that one.
What you gotta do is you gotta like watch some of these really old horror movies in quotation marks, the black and white ones like White Zombie. That movie is just hilarious at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One thing that can make Poltergeist quite scary as a child is when a friend of the family has already seen the movie and knows what's going to happen. So when your sister decides to go to bed, that friend of the family hides under said sister's bed and proceeds to grab her by the ankles and pull her under.
That's fucked up.
It's like in the movie.
I just imagine that prank going wrong and like you grab her ankles and pull and she slams into the floor and busts her nose.
Well, for months afterwards, she would actually scream for my parents to get her out of bed because she would refuse to get out of bed on her own because of that.
Like I never understood why people would make movies about hiding under the bed or monsters under the bed and then not just like make a bed that went all the way to the floor. Like that's fucked up. Buy your kids a bed that goes all the way to the floor, you fucking bastards.
No, the ultimate monster movie would be a bunk bed that doesn't have another bunk. So you'd have a giant monster under your bed.
But then you could see it and like put a light under there. That wouldn't work.
No, but when you're on your bed, you don't see it. There's just a
You could just
monster there.
kick
It's one
it.
of those.
Yeah.
Just kick
It'd
it in
be
the
real bad.
face.
It'd be a real bad monster movie.
Oh,
Like,
so
it's every head, you're
I-
invincible.
I think it came out last year. The movie Don't Breathe. That was scary. Well, not
What about
really
Don't
scary,
Breathe?
like oh I'm scared, but more just tense.
It's one about the blind man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of movies that were actually scary to me though.
The first time I watched Paranormal
Never
Activity,
heard
it was frightening. Then after that, it became funny.
I watched Annihilation while I was allegedly ingesting an alleged substance, allegedly one time, and that was scary. Satanism may in fact be a cultural appropriation. Fuck you. I took your culture. What are you gonna do about it? Just saying. Answering questions from the chat. That's what I do. A dog will not shut the fuck up. So yeah, I don't know what the big deal with cultural appropriation is. Like, express other people's cultures. Just don't say that your culture came up with it. Who fucking cares? Hey, your shit's cool. Like, tacos are awesome. I'm gonna eat tacos. I didn't invent tacos. White people didn't invent tacos. You know what I'm saying? Guys?
Yeah, that did Taco Bell, and they are not Mexican food.
Yep. You know what? Traditional Mexican food is not that tasty. Why is Discord so shitty? It's because you have like 10 virtual machines open at the same time, sure.
Got nothing running right now.
I don't know what your problem is then. I think Discord's latest update, when they tried to put the game store in, kind of fucked things up.
Cause it's crazy. Taunt Buddy sounds fine to me. Perfect. Jordy sounds fine to me. It's just you.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
It might be my connection. It's quitting time around here, so everybody's like doing the end-of-day
I don't-
processing and shit, so...
I don't think it's that because you sound fine on the stream.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I haven't had any issues with him at all.
I don't know.
The encoding's happening
Canadians.
on... For the stream, the encoding is happening on my side. There wouldn't be any microphone lag.
Maybe there's a whole lot of weed smoke in the cables up here.
It's getting resiny.
Well, puff, puff,
Yeah,
pass,
no.
motherfuckers.
Those cables are getting covered in resin now.
Just lick them. If that makes me a racist somehow, then I don't fucking care. I'm not running for Congress, so I guess it's not going to be beneficial to be a racist.
White people never created unleavened flatbread.
Matzah is not that bad. Doesn't make it good. Well, it's not that bad. Oh, you hear the dog?
No, you're cutting in for like 2 seconds and cutting out. Maybe it is the resin in the wires.
I think you guys are just lying. I think you're lying Canadians.
Oh, he's back. Darn.
You're all just lying liars who lie. What the fuck?
Hey, Shar, are you gonna get back on here?
That wasn't me. I wasn't talking that time.
Shar?
Maybe
Okay.
someday all this technology will work properly.
Well, folks, we're gonna restart Discord, I guess, because these fucks can't hear what I'm saying. But really, the live chat's what matters, so fuck them.
Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you.
Where the fuck is my Discord icon? There it is. Okay. And we're just gonna stay off Discord. Fuck those guys. 13 people in the chat. You guys have questions? Or you guys want to go grab the fundies and bring them over? I would love for somebody to go get Warning Good People and let him into the Discord. I'll give him the Discord link. He can pop in and talk to me about Satanism. That would be amazing. got more stuff going off on my phone.
Launching Minecraft, and I don't know.
Launching Minecraft, don't do that. Is the audio any better, or is it still horrible?
Sounds better.
Cool.
It sounds like
You know
actual
what?
garbage.
You know what? You were like that when you were doing that announcement stream. It was too short for me to even complain about it. But once you stopped streaming, it just went back to normal.
So you just came in to distract me? It might be the screen capture I've set up. I don't know what the bitrate is. Although, you know, I haven't looked at the actual quality of the stream. It might be pixelated as fuck. Let's full screen this and see what's happening. It's a little pixely. But that's fine. This is just an AMA.
Yes, that's true, because,
You're here and I'm going to hell. What? Speak English. I'm here and you're going to hell. Okay. Why is that a question? Shut the fuck up, Shar. Jesus,
Okay.
I'm trying to read a question from the folks.
Why is everything so buggy?
I think that's what's that guy's name? The fucking the vaguely Asian dude with the muddled accent that like turned on G-Man but used to be his friend. What's his name?
Lick Shades.
Yeah, I think that's who it is.
Oh, what's up, Jack?
So, are you here to tell me I'm going to hell, or are you here to ask me if I am going to hell? You need to clarify that. Because he says, I'm here, and you're going to hell. And then just question mark is the next message. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Drag.
Are the people collecting money for charity the ones going to hell?
Probably. Yeah.
Most likely.
It's okay. I'm in good with management there.
So
Do you-
where's the stream happening at? Because I'm waiting on Italian stuff to happen and
It's on
Getting
Great
ranty.
Debate Gaming, brah. Aren't you
Half
subscribed?
Char,
Mouty's stream is on Mouty's channel.
tell me what you think. Nobody
Yeah,
else-
Char, what were you trying to say? 'Cause I wasn't listening.
Half hour to the stream.
No, what were you trying to say a second ago? When you were interrupting my ass.
I don't remember.
So, Mr. Kim's in the live chat apparently.
I guess so. He won't clarify what his question was, so I can't give him a
You
proper
asked
answer.
for the fundies? You asked for this, Tyler. You asked for it.
When does you did the meths? Yeah, don't do meth, kids. Do Adderall.
Much more legal.
Mm.
And a little bit more
Oh
safe.
yeah, that's
just better for you.
That's definitely thicky. Yeah.
I just want to know what his question actually was.
My dude. If it is thicky, I'll go find Trololin for him if he wants.
Oh,
No, him-
that's sticky. Like it's got a picture. It's got his picture and everything. That's sticky. I would like. Why isn't Vlad on this Discord?
Ooh, Trolly?
Yeah.
But did
I don't know what the fuck.
does Lick Shades and fucking Trollolin not get along?
Trololin
they
doesn't
never
get along with certain people.
Oh, he didn't like Asians. Gotcha.
Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't get along with Cliffjumper because half of the time he's in a hangout, he'll generally be on his phone. Or he'll
Asians
be
are fine,
flicking
but
his
you're
car.
always hungry 5 minutes after.
And so, since he has the phone on a hands-free mount and he's driving, like Cliff gets super pissed off because
Oh,
of the
yeah.
license thing. So
Yeah,
I can't
Trolly
imagine
lived
like Cliff and
dangerously.
Bob, what Cliff has said to Bob.
Yeah, Bob's not. Yeah. Bob's not gonna. Yeah, the amount of fucks Bob gives in that is 0.
You be going to hell, you all. Oh, that's fine. Dude, I know the guy that runs the
I will
place.
go
It's all
find
good.
Trololin if you want. I'm pretty sure he would love you again.
Oh yeah, if you want to go find like yeah, go,
I would love to go find Trolly actually, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's actually
You guys shouldn't be hanging out with a Satanist. You're going to hell now, too.
Aw.
Actually, this is weird.
Aw.
So
And
it's
most
a
likely
sock
all
account.
you know and love. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually
So,
him.
so it's weird because it could actually be him just based on the broken English and the fact
oh
that
no,
it's a sock
oh no,
account.
it's him. I know that's one of his socks.
One of his socks is actually him.
Like he'll come in on socks so people don't necessarily know it's him, but yeah, that's him.
I think he forgets that a lot of us know that he has probably the most socks out of anyone.
Like, what was the last list that Max Trivium had? It was like over 200 and something.
Yeah, it was big. I was like, man, how does he have that much time?
Like, I have no idea how the
happened
fuck.
to Max
How
Trivium?
does he have that much phone number?
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I'm not even mad. Like, I'm actually it's kind of impressive, but it's like,
Like,
man,
are you spending money on burner phones so you can make fucking Google socks? Like, what the fuck?
I think there is actually a business though if you're giving people likes and views and shit, so it could actually be for a purpose.
That's true. That's true.
The volume is not going to be there though to make it cost effective.
I mean, people do buy Vobots, as evidenced by last year's Dumb Fuck of the Year.
Oh, okay, here's a quick interesting point from the Holy Spackle. Jesus can save all, even an ex-Satanist. Well, number one, there's no such thing as an ex-Satanist. You're either a Satanist because you agree with the philosophy, or you're not. And number two, can Jesus save Satan?
Oh, I see Tom Buddy. Jesus is a character about 6,000 years ago. Who is what's known as a patron deity to Christians.
Oh, Drag, our friend who may or may not actually be Thicky wants to know, is that Drag the Fag?
Yes, it is I.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
you know.
He it be.
that's definitely Thicky.
Actually,
Thicky
it's spelled
confirmed.
the FA_G.
I mean, you might as well just like you type more, trying to make it not look like fag.
Mm. Is he scared of the bad words?
I guess. I mean, I didn't say anything
he's-
offensive towards him, but okay.
Did you guys know there's a really famous guitarist who really hates swearing? He's an Irish dude, something Harry Dorr? What's his name?
Harry Door.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it might have been
Larry Snore.
that guy.
Or
Yeah, he was the guitarist for Thin Lizzy.
I have to
Shit.
Google that name.
Hmm. That's okay. I'm screen sharing. I'll Google it for you, my dude.
Googly. Hurry, see what comes up in his
Thin
suggested.
Lizzy
Oh,
guitarist.
Tyler, here's a question for a Satanist. Can Satan make a rock so heavy he can't lift it?
Ooh.
Sure, we have concrete, dude.
Oh, yeah. True enough.
Trudeau.
Concrete is an amalgam of
Ah, here we go. So,
Then
past
gets
members
the-
of Thin Lizzy. Was it Phil Lynott? No. Brian Downey? I don't think that one. Eric Bell. Oh, we're getting closer. Eric Rickson. Oh, no, it might be Gary Moore. That might be the guy we're thinking of.
oh.
Yeah,
So-
I think so. His name sounds familiar.
So who's making hentai in the pleep chat? What's this picture I see here? Girl with the liquid stuff on her face.
Mine, Christina did.
Oh, Christine
Yeah.
makes hentai? No shit.
Oh, she paints a lot of really cool stuff.
She does everything.
Those are
Yeah,
tears,
she's
Drag.
racist.
She's crying
I mean,
tears for the sake the plight of humanity.
You're just gonna start asking about like Fudanari stuff next, aren't you?
I mean, it was coming.
Well, if it
I
was
headed it
coming,
right
then you'd
out.
see it everywhere.
I mean, if she could, I mean, I did donate a little bit, you know, just saying. If it was animated, you know, that'd be even better.
Well, she
If
does.
it's
She works in
animated, it's
traditional
legal.
mediums, so being animated is kind of hard when you're working in traditional medium.
No, that's true.
You are all suppressing the truth. There is no such thing as a atheist or a Satanist. Well, I think all the
Um,
Satanists just killed themselves over that grammar. If you say
And
Gary
all-
Moore 3 times, he'll appear and be very angry. Oh, dude, let's resurrect a fucking great guitarist from Thin Lizzy.
Hell yeah.
All
Here,
right.
here we go, guys. Gary Moore. Gary Moore. Gary Moore. This is the perfect time for any of you who has voice meter set up to play the soundboard. Set it up
I
for
do
you. It's
not
like
have-
I teed
do
it up
not
like
have it.
fucking T-ball. You know, the T-ball games that you go to, not because you have a kid, but because the moms are dropping their kids off and they have nothing to do for the next 2 hours. That kind of
Well,
T-ball.
yeah. I mean, generally, if they have kids, that means they put out.
And they always have snacks in their purse.
It's true.
Just true facts, man. That's what this channel's all about. So, does our maybe not Thicky have any actual questions, or is he just gonna like twaddle off in the chat?
He's just gonna troll and think that he's trying to be clever.
It's not trolling, dude. But all it makes me want to do is pass out wrenches and play Whack-A-Troll.
Read your Bible and do what it says.
There we go.
Somebody got it.
I kept misspelling ministries.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Minestrones? No, that's what Mowdy is cooking later tonight. Oh, the Holy Spackle has joined. Hi. So the
Stop.
Oh, you're on mobile, aren't you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a mobile issue today.
Come to Jersey City. That's all I got to say.
If you're on mobile, you might want to adjust the noise gate in your settings. I'm going to see if you can actually do that on mobile.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
I don't know where that is.
It's a little gear next to where you're connected in Discord, but hey, if you're driving, don't worry about it.
It's not available on mobile. But you can turn off a bunch of the advanced settings like noise suppression, echo cancellation, automatic gain control, and that should help a little bit.
Oh no, it's totally available on mobile because I adjusted my noise gate a while back on my mobile.
It might used to be, but I'm looking at the new settings and it's not there. Unless you have to be in a call for it to come up.
Yeah.
Anyways, the question of the day is, can Jesus save Lucifer, Satan, the Beelzebub, if he repents?
Yes.
Oh, that's not gonna ever get old right there.
That's like a
Oh.
like.
Well, Thicky's got another question too.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Speckle.
Does he want to?
So it's not about repenting. It's about, does Jesus want to save the person?
I think that's part of that. The angels seem to be given according to the Christian viewpoint, it seems like the angels are given a different set of rules than what humans are given.
Really?
That is true.
It's not going to get old.
I don't believe.
Oh yeah, Thicky asks, do you think you'll like burning in hell? Well, first question I have is, what kind of bodies are we going to have in hell? Because I understand... Oh, come on. It's a serious question here. So, like, burning kind of requires nerves and flesh that can be burned and all that kind of stuff. So, like, if in hell we have a spiritual body, how's it going to burn? I can't set ghosts on fire.
My response to that is, with all the engineers that have gone to hell, don't you think it's air conditioned by now?
Oh yeah, no, we've got indoor air and heating.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, if heaven is filled with people like Thicky and hell is filled with people like us, I'll go to hell.
The burnable kind.
Do you want a serious answer or do you want a non-serious answer?
Oh yeah, serious answer. What kind of bodies are we gonna have?
So if you are okay, so there's a couple different views. One view of the fallen creation is that we are designed to have a spiritual body, so to speak, and a physical body. And part of the reason why it's sort of divorced in this dualism that you kind of see in a lot of Christian concepts is because of the fallen nature, and that when there's a reconciliation of all things, there are people that believe that actually you will have a new body, and just like God will create a new heaven and new earth, there is that theological view. There's another view where it's all spiritual, and maybe somehow the essence of who you are, or your thinking mind or consciousness is available, and then eternal conscious torment, i.e., like the burning hell, would be a description of suffering, but not necessarily fire.
Yeah, well that
Wait.
that is the question, though, isn't it?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, hold on. We have an actual serious question in the chat. Probably not serious, but it's an actual question. Who else thinks capitalism's massive and immoral wealth inequalities are going to collapse in our lifetime? Maybe we should consider socialism instead. I hate to be the one to have to break basic economic theory to you. Socialism is not sans capitalism. I'm gonna choke on my Starburst, you motherfucker.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, get it.
What is your basis for morality?
Twinkies. Just Hostess Twinkies. It's my basis.
What? What?
But yeah,
You can't do that.
all the. Yep, my morality is cream filled.
You are a pathological liar.
Yes, I am. But yeah, hell is quite well air conditioned, and we also have some great beachfront property. It's not a lake of fire, by the way, guys. It's the burning ocean. I don't know what this lake of fire. Like, you gotta downplay hell. Like, come on. The ocean is huge. It's the biggest. All the best people have told us how big our ocean is.
This is gonna be awesome.
Cerberus, kind of. I hate to be the one to break this to you, but quote-unquote free market, when people use that term, that can't exist. Yeah, you can pop in the Discord and answer about the hell burning thing if you like.
How stupid can this guy be?
Yep. As soon as you have a minimum exchange, it's no longer a free market. Sorry, bud.
Who's talking about hell?
We have a friend from the Overwatch land who is going to join in and talk about hell.
Oh, is it the Muslim dude?
Yeah. QTR Beast. He's going to lay it down.
I'd like to hear his view on hell. It'll be interesting. Because I think there are the very between the Christian viewpoints and, say, the Muslim.
What?
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. We're just doing our charity stream for another 15 minutes until the cooking show starts.
You have it.
Wait a minute, hold on a minute.
Yeah, Drag, hold on, stop for a second. Go ahead. You got talked over there.
Wait, you still don't know that I'm the guy on YouTube?
Yeah. I know it's you.
Okay. So, as you know, I'm a Muslim, and in Islam, we believe that on the Day of Judgment, you are reborn in another body, a very similar body to what you have right now. So you do have nerves and you do have everything, and once you burn, and because everything will eventually burn, and there is nothing more. The nerves will burn to a point where you cannot feel pain again. So the body will be reborn again, so that it goes into the cycle of burning, reborn, burning, reborn, burning, reborn.
Right. So at least you've got an established way for people to burn in the afterlife.
Yes.
There we go. See, that's the kind of answers we're looking for here, folks. You guys we need to know the mechanics of it.
Okay. So Shar was saying that you were the only person that's cutting off. I cannot hear anyone else. You're the only person that I can hear.
Yeah, I know. It's because half the people are on mobile. Yeah. Holy Spackle, you cut out there right in the middle.
Oh, I was just saying, there's some views in Christianity where they'll think that eternal conscious torment or hell will kind of wear off. That it's not necessarily for all eternity, but you're saying that it's sort of like a phoenix, where it's just like burnt to ashes, reborn, burnt to ashes, reborn.
I didn't get exactly what your question is.
She was comparing it to the idea of a phoenix, where it, when it dies, it burns to ash and then comes back.
Well, one second. Let me quickly Google the exact verse where it said it.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to address the chat. Yeah, if you don't have any market controls in a quote-unquote free market, you're going to have the establishment of power blocks, which are going to be de facto market controls. A free market cannot exist unless no one controls a majority of commodities. Sorry, that's just how exchange works.
And also for Taunt Buddy, a phoenix is a mythological
Oh my god, I know what a phoenix is. You don't tell me.
Well, if we really want to ruin Taunt Buddy's day, we can ask him why they didn't use a phoenix down on Aerith.
Oh.
Aerith is a character from a game called Final Fantasy VII, which is the 7th edition of the Final Fantasy series.
I get it.
She was stabbed with a giant fuck-off sword and murdered to death.
I know.
Yeah. Other characters include Dr. Cloud Strife and Miss Yuffie.
And Professor Sephiroth at the Genova Institute, yes.
Oh, God. I still can't believe that shit works on people.
Yep.
Taunt Buddy don't feel too bad, man. I actually fooled several people by making them think that Final Fantasy characters were actual doctors doing actual research in real life.
With G consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesus is Lord. The science teacher.
Oh, God. See, yeah, I heard about that Genova research. Did you now? Really?
Yep. Did you hear about the breakthrough paper on chocobo ring species interbreeding after being separated?
So that's how you get a gold chocobo.
Yeah. Don't you know?
Oh, that was too good. That was too good.
Shar, have you heard from Maudie and Fabio? Are they set to go on time, or are we going to need to run longer?
I think so. 15 minutes. Yeah.
Because, of course, everybody wants to join when we have 10 minutes left. But that's fine.
I thought you guys were doing something fun.
I was
Wait till
at
I join.
I couldn't help it. You lucky I asked questions.
Yep. Yeah, you kept it lively, and I rambled on for a long time. So if anybody wants to listen to Just Woke Up Tyler ramble off for 2 fucking hours, listen to the beginning of this shit.
Ramble on and sing your song.
Ramble on!
Oh, shit, so you missed the roast?
Yeah, I was asleep.
Watch that.
I will. Oh,
might
yeah.
want to watch.
No, definitely watch that.
Yep, I will watch that one.
I haven't heard all of it, but I've gotten complaints about Sam the Scientist.
Oh my god, you guys did so good. I'm so impressed.
Oh, no.
We warn people.
Oh, it's been pushed back an hour, apparently?
Again?
I don't think so. I don't know. He didn't put a time zone in. He just said, oh, now it's starting at 7. That doesn't mean anything to people that are across the world. People in their lack of time zones. Like, come on.
Ask him if it's 7 Maudi time. If it's 7 Maudi time, that's 12 minutes from now. And let's not forget that everybody's
Yes,
at least
Cerberus, I
3%
know
Maudisexual.
your fantastical definition of a free market. The problem is, if a government imposes few or no restrictions on a market, you will get individual power blocks that crop up naturally, and the market will no longer be free. It will just not be controlled by a government.
Should get him started on like Australian people and guns.
Yeah. You're talking about prices. Prices indicate a fiat currency or established currency of some sort, and whoever controls the currency will control the prices. Whoever controls the prices will control the market. Sorry, it's basic economics. You can't have a free market. It's not going to work. It'll work for a day, maybe. Whoever owns all the water in a certain area now has a monopoly, and now there's no regulations saying that they have to sell you water at a reasonable price. So now they can charge you $100 a gallon for water.
It's kind of like internet service providers right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to say that, like, if someone should be really upset about the roast, it should probably be, well, 1, Redline, and 2, JD's wife, because I think those were the 2 targets that got hit the hardest.
Did she come in?
The wife thing, I'm like, holy shit, I hope she never sees this.
Yeah, no, we told him, like, we didn't tell him the jokes, but I said, your wife might not want to watch. Because a few of them ran those jokes by me, and I was like, holy shit. The Abominable Snowman, the Abominable Creature one, I didn't hear. That was new, but yeah, the rest of them are on par with that. So
I did Epi join in because I did help him with a few of his jokes at one point.
No, he didn't. No, his delivery would take like 6 hours anyway.
That's what I worked with him on. I was like, just cut it short. It's too much.
It's like reading one of Hogtie's posts.
All right, we have 10 minutes, and Cerberus jumped in to yell at me about the free market, so do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wasn't gonna yell at you. I was just tired of typing.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Well, what is a free market? It doesn't matter if a business controls every single product on the market. It really only matters if it's not set by a government.
Then that's not a free market. That's a free from government market.
Yeah, well, it is the same thing at that point.
No, the business becomes a de facto government. You just don't want to give it that label because, I don't know, reasons.
Well, it wouldn't be a government if it didn't have government power.
Yeah, so the business becomes a de facto government by amassing power.
Jesus.
If it takes over a government, yes.
It doesn't need to.
If it doesn't, then no.
That's like the idea of anarcho-capitalist society. Like, you're just not calling it government anymore. Now you're calling it private protection agencies and corporations. Okay, you changed the noun. Okay, good.
Well, no, the difference is, does it have the ability to make law?
Why would that matter?
Because that's one of the defining characteristics of a government.
Yeah. So, why does that matter to what is and is not a free market?
If the business doesn't have the ability to make law, that it's not a government. And even if it controls everything in the market, it still wouldn't be a government.
Then the market is controlled by a business. It is not free. There's no free market. Freedom does not exist if a business controls the market.
It would still be a free market. I know you don't. I know people probably wouldn't call it free, but by definition, it would still be a free market.
Only if you define it as a government labeled as a government imposing laws on the market. But you said restrictions and regulations, and the business can impose.
That's what all economists label a free market. Exactly.
Business imposed restrictions and regulations. Then. Yeah. Go, Vince.
Yeah.
Can any being on Earth explain your sexuality?
Yeah. If it's hot, I'll fuck it.
I had to, sir. I'm sorry.
Was that? Oh man. I forgot about that day, and that's not fair that you reminded me of it. That was so gross.
Ooh, inside jokes.
Yeah, it was really gross.
I saw a picture of Shani's crotch.
Oh, my sexuality is now non-existent.
Actually.
Yeah,
I'll explain that one later, guys. I'm sorry.
Are you sexual?
Am I? No.
I'm suffering from shame and body dysmorphia, and wanting to. I don't know.
It ruined it. But that's a good way to enforce abstinence-only policies.
Making kids watch Shani mate? Or attempt mating?
Just showing her.
Or you could be like, look, kids, if you wait to be a virgin and you wait too long, this is what you get.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's cruel.
That's the anti-abstinence program. Get fucking now, kids. Great Debate Gaming and Tyler Durden do not support child sex in any form.
Yeah.
Well, during that whole conversation, my Discord audio just cut completely.
You
I missed a lot.
You should praise Papa Satan for sparing you from that.
Shark's just like, oh, here we go, another titties conversation.
Yep. So, we just lost a viewer.
Captain Osma has boobs.
Yeah. Oh, you missed a picture on Twitter this morning, Greg. I'll see if I can find it for you again.
Oh, is it of my favorite porn star, or one of them?
Yeah, she was in the bath.
Oh, I want to see her play Mario Kart, though.
She hasn't actually streamed on Twitch in a bit, but next time she does one, I'll send you a link.
Yeah, it goes to my email, but my email only updates whenever the fuck it feels like, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you have the Twitch app installed, it'll go right to your phone, but you have to install the app.
I'm gonna pull up Mowdy's Hangout in the background, so when it starts, we will know, and we will end this.
Starting in 10 minutes, so it is starting very soon.
Okay, that's good.
Yay! So guys, there's gonna be cooking in like 10 minutes.
Something productive.
I still want there was a bet like last week. If my Patreon reached $150, Shani and Mowdy would have to do a live cooking show together.
I remember that one. I do remember that one.
That.
And what's going to be interesting is hearing an Italian American get yelled at by an actual Italian.
No, you fat fuck! Quit putting butter in everything.
Ranch and lettuce is not a salad.
If you're Shani, it is apparently.
Ugh, I haven't eaten anything today, and that's just gonna make me vomit up whatever I have left in my stomach.
Oh, sure. We're doing like Borderlands stuff tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Which Borderland?
Okay.
Cool. You guys have stream keys, right?
Yeah, we did. I did. I got
Good.
him.
Good.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
Borderlands you guys doing?
It's gonna be Borderlands 2, the Blood Harvest DLC. TK Baja's Blood Harvest.
Can I join?
Of course.
Is it too late? Oh no! If you looked up the verse that explains all the hell stuff, go for it, dude. Everybody, shut the fuck up.
Huh?
Oh, here we go. He posted it in the chat. Indeed, those who disbelieve in our verses, we will drive them into a fire. Every time their skins are roasted, though, we will replace them with other skins, so they may taste the punishment. Indeed, Allah is ever exalted in might and wise.
I just, before you start commenting, this is an English translation by a scholar. This is not what is exactly said in Arabic.
Right. No, I dig it, though.
It's very hard
It's-
to translate from Arabic to English.
It reminds me of Greek ideas of torture in Hades. I like it.
And
me,
this is
And,
actually one. There, we have different versions of hell. This is just explaining one of them.
Right.
Can
And
I ask
levels.
which surah that is?
It's An-Nisa. An-Nisa verse I think 56. Yeah.
Okay.
56.
I dig
I
it,
think
though.
we should make a stipulation that if Taunt Buddy wants to play Borderlands tomorrow, he has to at least watch one episode of Martin.
What?
You should make him watch a good show like Living Single, man.
You should just make
I
him watch
should.
clips from the Chappelle Show.
I don't think his dad would like that.
But they just re-uploaded the wife swap one.
Oh God.
Oh my god, I died
Maybe
laughing
one
when I
for
watched that.
The Hater Association.
Just find him every Rick James sketch from the Chappelle Show ever.
For the first time in my life, I'm gonna taste brown sugar, and it's not gonna be in my oatmeal.
Give him some trivia. Like, how many? Oh shit! Actually, I'm trying to think of what.
Make him watch some early Cat Williams stuff. There you go.
Oh God! No, you know what? Screw it. Richard Pryor.
Oh, he's gonna cry.
Richard Pryor would be good. Yeah.
How about I just play Borderlands?
How
No.
about
You're not allowed.
how about we could make him watch Eddie Murphy Raw?
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah, you need your dad's permission for that one, man.
Yeah.
You need your dad's permission.
Oh, and Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams special would be great.
No, how about some Bob Saget stand-up?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dad's permission.
No, he's gonna need mom's permission for that one.
But I was just young enough to where he stopped doing the stand-ups and he just started doing the TV show. And there was some controversy, of course, over him doing the TV show, and I didn't understand it because I was too young. My mother had to tell me later, like, no, he was a very dirty comic. He was worse than George Carlin, and well, yeah, you know, he was up there with George Carlin, but not as bad as Richard Pryor. But then I went, of course, years later, and I actually listened to it. Now that YouTube was out, I was like, holy shit, this dude was doing that. I see why people are upset.
And he played that nerdy dad, so he's just like the nerd dad that you could expect to go and like shoot everyone in his office.
We could get him some old Dice Clay, like old Dice Clay.
No, I think you should just force him to listen to Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat was good.
Yeah, see if he can decipher it. He did a Joe Rogan podcast recently about making a Bigfoot documentary. It was fucking great.
Oh, Bobcat was dead.
No,
Still
dude,
alive?
he's hanging out with the Bigfoot people.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Hmm?
About time, or did you sign off already?
No, we're on. We're still going.
About time to sign off, ish. I think.
Yeah, I've got Mouty's thing
he's-
pulled up in the
he's got
side.
it pulled up.
As soon as it goes live, we're gonna nuke this stream, and
Sure,
everybody can go over
rest
there. And I'm gonna put the watch link in there since nobody's in the chat asking questions. Y'all are just lurking like fucking cowards. I'm gonna put that link there.
You busy?
Yeah, I feel bad for mentioning that day of server. I actually forgot about it now.
I need to ask the Satanist.
Mhm.
What is moralic necrophilia? Necrophilia, okay?
There's nothing morally wrong with it. There are lots of considerations like health-wise and culturally and legally, but
What if the body's still
It's-
warm?
So
Well, I mean,
what-
heat
what
it up
you're saying
first.
is-
Like, put it in the microwave first.
So what you're saying is it's not wrong in of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a empty flesh husk. Who gives a fuck? It's sort of like funerals. Funerals are for the living. They're not for the dead. The dead don't need help.
I mean, but wouldn't it be dry though? And at least for a female, it would be, really
Well,
dry.
the fine folks over at baddragon.com have products for that.
That's true. They do.
That is true. I've seen them. Yeah, that's true. I might actually purchase something from there. Not the ones that stick out of the body, mind you. But
Yeah,
one for guys.
when purchasing personal lubricants, always purchase the best. Bad Dragon.
My advice is because they have different like firmnesses of the stuff. You can actually order a sample pack. They'll send you little discs. Yeah.
When looking through their personal lubricants, do not get the clear one. It is far too runny and it just goes everywhere. And she'll slip off the bed. It's happened.
It's lubricant for your doors.
Yep. Personal lubricants are products used extensively in the healthcare industry, especially when administering enemas or catheters. So, Tom, buddy, you need to learn this.
Yeah.
Someday you're going to have to put an enema and a catheter in yourself at the same time because you want to experiment.
Do me a favor and look up sounding rods. Sounding rods.
Perfect way to end the stream, folks. So, you've got homework to do. We'll see you next time.
Fix it bad for your health. Stay black.
Hey Tyler, can you do me a favor? Can you open up a new tab?